Judge Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Young lady, have a seat, please.
Ms. Wise, you and Mr. Knox dated for a period of time, not very long, 6 months or so?
Yes.
No, not true. Never.
I'm not talking to you. And according to your complaint, during that time, you made a series of loans to him for various things. Gambling debt, some DUI fines that he had because he had lost his license. While Mr. Knox acknowledges that you gave him gifts, he says none of them were loans. None of them involved gambling. So, when did the two of you start this relationship?
I met him online and on a website called MySpace. My friends told me it was a good place to meet people, so I signed up and I got a message from him. I got the message at the beginning of January.
January of 2005?
Yes.
When did you give him this first chunk of money?
July.
So between January of 2005 and July, there were no loans?
Correct.
Did you see him? Were you dating?
We were not dating at that point. We only dated for like a month.
What month?
Month of June. June to July.
So between January when you met and June, did you communicate on the internet or not at all?
We talked on the phone. I went up and visited him, and we talked online too.
But in June you started dating?
Yes.
And the first money that you gave him was in July?
Correct.
That should have been a clue. What was the money for?
It was for, he went out and gambled when he was out drinking, and he gambled $1,000 and only had $500.
All right. How did you...
He called me and he told me about it.
I want you to tell me exactly what he said to you when he called you.
He told me that he had went gambling and he bet $1,000 on a card game, and he only had $500, and the guy was going to come over the next day and physically harm him if he didn't have the money. And he didn't have the money the next day. He called me and told him that the guy had came over and physically harmed him, and then I went up the day after and gave him the $400.
That's a little stilted, what you just said to me. First he called and told you that if you didn't give him the money, he was going to get hurt.
Yes.
You didn't give him the money. Then he called you back and told you that the man came and actually hurt him?
Yes.
How did he hurt him?
He brought a couple of his buddies over and they got in a fight outside his house, I guess. That's what I was informed of.
When you went up there, were there any physical signs of his being assaulted?
Yes, his jaw was bruised.
Was?
Yes.
Black and blue?
Yeah.
And you gave him the $400?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
He said, "Thank you, I will repay you as soon as I can."
When was the next sum of money that you gave him?
August 15th. It was for his DUI for $250.
Tell me how that came about.
He called me and he informed me that he did not have enough to make his monthly payment for his DUI, and he asked if he could borrow some money. And I said, "How much do you need?" He said, $250. So I said, okay.
Well, did you know he had a DUI?
Yes, he informed me.
When?
Back in January.
How did he tell you he had a DUI?
We just were talking, and he just told me the one. We got on the subject of driving, and he's like, "Well, I got a DUI."
Did he drive?
No.
So you did the driving?
Correct.
When did you lose your license?
November of last year.
How many DUIs have you had?
Just that one.
Must have been a bad one. Were you in an accident?
No. I was swerved over. I went left to center, and a police officer drove by me and gave me a DUI. I did the sobriety test and stuff, and then went to court. Well, I tried fighting it, but then we just really gave up on it because I admitted to it, so.
Well, what do you mean you tried fighting it?
Well,
take your hands out of your pocket.
Because they wrongfully arrested me, too. They were giving me, I passed all my field sobriety tests, and I blew the legal limit, and then they were shoving me around, pushing me around, slamming me into my car, just saying a bunch of obnoxious things to me, making fun of my name, just a bunch of stupid stuff. We tried fighting it, and then, because I had another charge.
You tried fighting it because?
I had more than one charge with it. I had the DUI, and I had a concealed weapon, too. It was just a pellet gun under my seat, so they're going to try and charge me with that, so they just dropped that down to nothing, and I just took the DUI.
Is this your first arrest?
Yeah.
Jacked out with the police?
Not really, no.
Where had you been drinking?
I was with my girlfriend at the time, then,
yeah.
And we were at our friend's house, having a couple drinks, and then I left and took her home. And then on my way home, I got in trouble.
And what kind of fine did you have to pay?
$1,500.
And how much time did you have to pay it?
2 months. I got sentenced in May of '05. I had 2 months to pay it.
Did you call her and ask her for $250?
No, she gave it to me.
So she gave you the $250?
I told her all about, we were talking on the phone. We never dated, first of all. Second of all, we were talking on the phone. I told her about my situation.
Tell me what you told her about your situation.
I just told her I got a DUI, and she's like, well...
Just a sec, she already knew that. She knew that from January. I'm asking you about the money that you were short.
Oh, I told her because she's like, well, you want to go out? I'm like, well, I have no money. I had to pay, I have to save
Not
up for my
true.
fines. I'd save up for my fines and stuff. And then she's like, well, I can help you out. I want to get you back on your feet, you know. So instead of her driving all the time, I'd be able to get my license back and pay my reinstatement fee. So she told me she would help me out. She never told me I had to pay her back. She never said anything about that.
Let's say, Mr. Knox, that she didn't say you had to pay her back. Don't you think you had to pay her
I was going to.
Don't you think
Yes.
that's the right thing to do?
I was going to do that. Yes, I was.
Right.
That's
Good.
what I was going to do.
That's what I like to hear. I don't like to hear bums standing in front of me. I like to hear people who act responsible. Because quite frankly, Mr. Knox, I could understand it if you said to me, you know, I met Miss Wise and I was involved with her and I cared deeply about her and we were involved in a relationship and I was short a little bit of money and she said, you know, honey, don't stress. I can advance it to you. I don't want you to worry about it. But according to you, you weren't involved with her. You never even dated.
Yes, we were.
You never even...
We did not date.
You never even dated. You never went out with her. So taking $250 from her, that would make you a bum. Go stand on a corner with a cup. Now I want you to tell me about the $400 for the gambling.
There was no gambling thingy. That is not true. That is just the most untrue thing I've ever heard in my entire life, actually. There was no, I got a gambling debt. I mean, I'm not a small guy. I'm not just going to have some guy come to my own house and beat me up in my own house. That's not true at all. I had no bruises on my face, nothing. I owe nobody money. The money she did give me, that was towards my DUI.
And how much was that?
That was $200. Pretty sure it was $200.
No. We're talking about two different amounts of money.
Oh.
Mr. Knox, we're talking about two different amounts of money. One was $250 for your fines, but you had additional amounts of money that you owed. How much was the second amount of money that you owed?
About $400.
All right. And what did you owe the $400 for?
My reinstatement fee on my license. My fines were already paid off by
Just a
then.
second. We're going to get there. On your best day, you are not as smart as I am on my worst day. Do you understand that?
That's true.
So while it's very possible that you took the $400 and paid your fines with it that you got from her, right? Maybe the story was, if you don't help me out, I'm going to get hurt.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What did he ask you for your address for?
Christy Wise says ex-boyfriend Nick Knox owes for 2 different loans. Nick claims Christy was never his girlfriend.
Now, since, Mr. Knox, you say that you were not involved in a relationship with her, and since you chose to take money from her rather than standing on the street corner with a cup, or in the alternative, getting a second job if you needed money.
I didn't.
Now listen to me. If you need extra money, what you do is you work for it. You don't ask other people who may be more smitten with you than you are with them. Money when you know you have no feeling for them just because you're a bum. Now, the only thing I'm doing to him now, it's hurting him a little bit, right?
Right.
Hopefully will make you feel a little bit better. It certainly makes me feel better. Because I don't like people who take advantage of other people. It's not nice. Well, then, if you know it, why don't you pay her back?
I planned on doing that until other things started happening. That's
Like
when
what?
I had to get my cell phone number changed, my instant message name changed because I work 12-hour shifts at nights. So she would call me every single night, at least a dozen times a night. I have phone bill records to prove it, that she would call me at least a dozen times a night.
What would she say when she called you?
She'd call, I wouldn't answer because I'm at work, so I can't answer my phone. So she'd just keep calling and
Did you
calling.
ever call her back?
No, because she'd call private numbers.
Well, then let me ask you this question, Mr. Knox.
I couldn't call her back,
Mr.
though.
Knox, let me ask you this question, sir. You knew how to communicate with her via the internet. And if what you wanted to do was to sever all ties with her, because according to you, she was becoming obsessive. You didn't know that because you didn't speak to her, so you don't know whether she was calling you 100 times because she said, you know, you owe me money. And if you don't want to have anything to do with me, fine, but at least give me the money you owe me.
Sometimes when she would call, I'd answer my phone. She'd say nothing about money. She'd just be like, oh, hey, what do you want to go out? That's all she'd
Fine.
say.
And
Not true.
what did you say to her?
I said, no, I'm at work.
Fine. Why don't you just say to her, Christy, listen, I'm not interested in you socially. I have a girlfriend, or I'm involved in school and work and whatever. I know I have to give you some money, and I'm going to give it back to you, $100 a week until it's all paid off.
I tried doing that.
When did you try doing that?
I told her that I was going to, I asked her if she could send me in an email or something her address to her house. I'd send her $100 checks every week in the mail. I told her I'd give her this, like she said she was going on vacation.
Just a second. Did he ever ask you for your address to send you money?
Yes, he did, but I had previously offered him the option to pay me every week, and he denied it.
Just a second. What did he ask you for your address for?
To mail me a check, so I didn't have to see me.
So why didn't you give it to him?
Because I asked him to do it
No,
sooner.
listen to me. So if he said to you, give me your address so I can send you a check, why didn't you give it to him?
Because he didn't want to do it when I wanted to, and I had already filed a claims court when he called me.
It was before. It was before claims
Listen,
court.
Miss Wise, don't throw the baloney at me.
Ma'am, I have a voicemail that he did send me, and it's him acknowledging he owes me money, the full amount.
Does he say what amount?
Yes, he does.
Oh, let me hear it.
In the mail from the guy Mr. McCord saying I owe you $1,086. Why don't we just do this? Every week I'll send you a check in the mail for $200 on the button every single week until it's paid off. I'll call you back later, and that's about it.
You hear $1,086? Good.
That's what he said.
Okay, well, that's an acknowledgement of a debt, Mr. Knox.
I knew I had to pay her back. I know
Well,
that.
then why didn't you say that to me in here and save us all a lot of time and
That's what
trouble?
I
I
was
got
gonna
other
do.
cases to handle today.
I tried settling it with her. She wouldn't. She wanted to come here.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,086. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I was going to eventually pay her back.
He'd say, pay me back, and yes, he said we were dating.
When she thought we were dating and we really weren't,
I figured that he was taking advantage of me
that's how she was getting misled.
because I'm a young, naive 19-year-old.
Not to meet girls on the internet.
Don't lend money to anybody you don't know.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Monet versus Cook. Step forward.
Janelle Monet is suing her ex-boyfriend, Christopher Cook, for rent, utility bills, and a broken door. Christopher says Janelle is holding his belongings hostage.
Miss Monet, this is your complaint. You and Mr. Cook hooked up and lived together for a period of time.
Right.
You leased an apartment together. The understanding made half of the expenses on the apartment. Shortly after you moved in, he stopped working. Stayed home, according to you, 7 months. He did not pay his share of the rent or utilities.
Right.
You want it. What kind of job did you lose, sir?
When I moved in with Janelle, I was working as a caretaker for a friend of mine who needed someone to take care of him. I had free room and board with the job. So when she asked me to do that, I was walking away from free room and board plus a small salary to move in with her. She told me that from the word go, there was no concerns about money, that I was to feel no burden about this. The whole gig she's pulling here is just about her wanting to get a payday, so she went through her money like she was a queen of town and going and taking everybody out all over the place.
You know something, Mr. Cook? My problem is with a 37-year-old man who, for whatever reason, decides to live off a stranger. I don't understand that kind of mentality. I see it all the time. What
Who said I
would
wanted to live off a stranger?
inspire a person who's 37 years old
Right.
to think that there is some sort of an entitlement for them to, according to you, said, I did a lot of chores. I did the cooking. I cleaned up. I
After
took
she had
care of
gastric
myself.
After gastric bypass surgery, she needed me to do basically everything.
You said to me, sir,
It took
that
her-
I'm speaking, that she needed help for a month. Understood. That turned into 7 months when you did nothing.
3 months, she was unable to do for herself. I took care of everything. Then I got another job back at a place I used to work before. She proceeded to help me lose the job, basically, by wanting to be up all night with her friends out in the living room while I was trying to go to sleep in the bedroom. She did nothing to try and help. So I ended up losing the job after about a month in time, and it took another month and a half before I got another job. All I wanted from her was to provide an environment where we could both live together. I could go back to work. She was conducive to that and contribute to the home.
Miss Monet, you sold his property. When he left certain property in your house.
He had next to nothing when
I don't care if he had next to nothing. When he moved in, a lot of the stuff was purchased, and I guarantee you, if I got down to it with you, it would have been purchased for him.
Right.
The fact that you don't love him anymore and that he left doesn't mean that you get to take back the things that you bought him.
Right.
So not only did you take them back, but there were certain things that you sold. What did you sell?
A computer and a toolbox.
What kind of computer?
It was an old Dell that was built by Mr. Cook.
Well, if it was built by him, then it wasn't
Wouldn't be a
yours.
Dell.
Right.
Why did you sell it?
Because I needed money to pay the rent.
How much did you sell it for?
$100.
That's not why you sold it. I don't even believe that you sold it. Who'd you sell it to?
A friend of mine.
Whose name is?
Steve.
Uh-huh. Steve what?
Steve.
And how do you know him?
He's a mutual friend of ours.
You know him?
I know him, yes, Your Honor.
You know if he bought your computer?
I know he didn't buy my computer.
You know he did not. How do you know, Mr. Cook, that Mr. Peterson did not buy the computer?
Because I confronted him on the very issue. He did not have my computer, Your Honor.
When did you confront him?
After I was aware of the fact that my computer was no longer there, along with 3 toolboxes, not one, and all various other possessions that were mine long before our relationship ever began.
Who did you sell the toolboxes to?
He has the toolboxes.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
You told me that you sold them in your complaint.
I got them back after that because he wanted them back, so I felt bad that I had sold them, and I bought them back from the person that I sold them to.
No.
Yes, I most certainly did.
Fine. Who did you sell them to?
I sold them to a friend of mine. His name's Francisco. He bought them for $60, and
60
I bought
bucks.
them back.
Wouldn't pay for
Can
the
I
clothes on
ask you
one
this
floor.
question, Miss Monet?
Yes?
As for his personal belongings, when Christopher left home, in the means of recouping some of my losses and supporting myself, I had to sell his tools. That's what you wrote in your complaint. Did you say I bought them back because I felt badly? Why wouldn't you tell me that you purchased them back and gave them back to him?
Because I just recently did this. Just last week.
You mean after this lawsuit, or you just recently did it?
Yes.
All right. Well, you had an opportunity today to review your complaint and to sign it.
Right?
Today, nowhere did you modify this complaint, right?
Right.
I mean, do you think that there's something wrong with me? They don't
No.
keep me here because I'm good looking. You lived rent-free for how long?
Rent-free is
Rent-free.
is there not a exchange of me doing activities or work for her that's also...
No. No.
That was
There
the
was-
arrangement we
I
had.
don't believe that.
That was the arrangement we had, Your
I
Honor.
don't believe it.
I'm telling you that's what it was. whether
I
you
don't
believe
care
it or
what
not.
you're telling me, sir. I don't believe a 37-year-old
She had
man. I'm
gastric bypass-
speaking with any kind of character says, you take care of me, I'm going to do the cooking.
It wasn't. She had gastric bypass surgery.
That's fine. Then if you love her and you want to help take care of her, you do that. For a week, 2 weeks, a month, as long as she needs you to help her take care of her, that's what you do if you love somebody. But you don't do it as a livelihood. I'm speaking, sir. You lived there not a month, not 2 months, not 3 months. You lived there 7 months, and in 7 months you didn't pay any rent. Consider that your tools. You got it? But you're not getting any rent money from him, madam, because he had no right to sell his property.
Right.
So whatever
Right.
money that you got for his property, put it towards the rent.
Okay.
Sounds to me like the two of you deserve each other. Your case is dismissed. Yours too. Goodbye.
Party's excused. You may step out.
I had money, so I took care of us for 7 months.
Money.
It went bad, and then he left.
Yeah, this is case number 429 on the calendar in the matter of Cognac versus Hughes Heald. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat, please.
You have a child.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
How old is that child?
He's 7.
And who's the child's father? Were you married to his father?
Yes, I was.
For how long?
From June 2nd of 96 to June 2nd of 2000.
And it is my understanding that your son lives with his father.
Currently, yes, Your Honor.
And you have visitation.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And that visitation was ordered supervised by the court.
By the court, yes.
I assume that that was after a trial or after a hearing that the court ordered supervised visitation.
It was based on an ex parte, including my son's court-appointed attorney, in regards to that my son had told a psychologist that he was injured while he was with me, in which he was not.
Well, whatever. I'm not getting into the whys. I'm just indicating that that's what this part of this lawsuit is about, because the court ordered supervised visitation, and the court ordered you to pay the supervisor, the person who was to supervise that visitation. And the incident in question involved Miss Konia, who was the supervisor of a visitation period that you were having with your son. And according to your complaint, Miss Konia, you charge a fee for supervised visitation. You must be on a court list of supervisors. And on a particular day, when you were supervising the visit, you terminated the visit. It is your claim for cause because of Ms. Heald's inappropriate actions. And she stopped payment on the check that she had given you for the supervised visitation. And you want that money plus your bounce check fee.
That's correct.
The defendant says that it was you who acted inappropriately. She had a basis to stop payment on the check, and she is counterclaiming for your inappropriate behavior and the emotional distress that that caused her. Now, when did you begin to do the supervised visitation with James and his mother?
This was the first visit that I had done myself. My partner here, Alan, had done 2 visits prior.
Tell me what happened.
Prior to any visits occurring, I had done what's required by law called an orientation intake session. I had done that separately with each party. At that time, each party was advised of what the requirements and the rules were of the supervised visitation. So I have the orientation rules and guidelines contract, which was signed by the defendant. I think it was on October 3rd of 2004. And if you want to refer in specific to policies number 14, where it says disparaging remarks and intentional disrespect.
I can read.
Sorry. Sorry.
The policy says that the person who is being supervised, the adult person, shall not, either verbally or non-verbally, make any disparaging remarks against any adult party, which clearly in plain English says that Ms. Heald is not to make any disparaging remarks about the child's father to the child or within earshot of the child. All right, so tell me what happened on the 29th.
So anyway, so I had done the orientation. We had done 2 visits. Both the visits prior to had been done with Alan, and I had done a visit on October 29th. We agreed to meet at Balboa Park. That was the meeting place. The visit ended up moving to Seaport Village. The defendant decided to take the child to a pizza place for dinner. The child's behavior was becoming increasingly more problematic.
How?
And I noticed when we were at Balboa Park, there was like a long channel of water, kind of like a fountain, but still water. And the child repeatedly put his feet into this water. I mean, it was nighttime, and she actually told him to stop, but the child didn't listen.
Okay, so he was misbehaving.
Misbehaving.
He was 7 years old.
Yeah, but she...
Okay, well, let's get to the pizza parlor, because right now you haven't canceled the visit, you haven't stopped the visit, you're at the pizza parlor.
Yes. When we were in the pizza place, he had flattened himself on the floor. He was upset about not wanting... He wanted to have a particular kind of soda, and she didn't want to get it for him. At that point, I don't like to intervene in the visit.
So he threw a tantrum, and he got on the floor.
He threw a tantrum. They sat down, and I don't know, she went up to the counter for a second. He took a Beanie Baby and he threw it at her. Once again, examples of the child's behavior being out of control.
What else?
Then they sat down. She began to, this is where things started to go downhill. She began to disparage the father. She began to attribute the child's behavior.
What you're doing is editorializing. I'd like you to give me
I will tell you exactly what she said. Okay, I have a termination memorandum, and she began to say, the behavior that you're learning from, and I'm not going to say their names, you're learning that from them, and I won't have that. You're upset because the stepmother showed up with you today. I said, if you continue, the visit will be terminated. She just continued. She said, I would appreciate it if the stepmother wouldn't show up. It's of grave concern to me because she's not allowed to be here, is what she said.
She said to you, or she said to the child?
She directed that to me. Okay?
I assume she directed that to you, not to the child.
So after repeated attempts for me to change the subject, she didn't do it. So I terminated the visit. I got on the phone and I called the custodial parent, the father, to come pick up the child. And I asked her also to leave the restaurant, and she refused to leave. Okay? I have never had to do this before, but I ended up having to call local law enforcement, which I have the right to do by law.
Okay.
And when this was happening, she made a comment to me. She said that I'm not paying for this visit. I want my money back, is what she said.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're telling me that in my career, which spanned 30,000 cases, that yours was unique? Perhaps that's true. I doubt it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Child Visitation Monitor Monica Konya says a former client stopped payment on her fee. Julie Hughes Heald claims Monica overstepped her bounds when she terminated her visit with her son.
Will you step up, please, sir? Tell me your name.
My name's Alan Glick.
Mr. Glick, this is your partner?
Yes.
How many supervised visits did you conduct for James and the defendant?
2.
Were they eventful or uneventful?
They were eventful for me in that I noticed I had a document above and beyond the normal form I fill out, what I observed in lack of parenting skills.
And when did you fill out those forms?
These are filled out as I'm sitting there in the visit.
May I see them, please?
Yes. These are notes I take. There's some abbreviations there I use. And this is just so whatever happens, I don't have to rely on my memory. I have the notes to rely on.
Okay, not so terrible. All in all, not so terrible.
Well,
well,
nothing specific, just...
Yeah, nothing specific.
Just
nothing
lack
specific.
of ability to set boundaries and limits.
Okay. Well, lack of ability to set controls and limits is an interesting, rather amorphous statement. You would agree with that, sir? You would agree with the fact that if a biological parent, because of their own problems, and it's clear that Ms. Heald has her own problems, which is the only reason why a court sets supervised visitation for a parent. So you would agree that if you're only seeing your child for 3 hours once a week or 3 hours twice a week, you don't like to set controls, you don't like to set boundaries, you tend to let the child do whatever they want to do, which is not necessarily good parenting, but understandable within the context of a 3-hour visitation. So now I have the gist of what happened, from your perspective. Now I come to you. I want to see the order of visitation and the judge's decision in order formulating that order of visitation.
Okay, Your Honor, it's right here.
And I'd like to see the report from the child's lawyer.
That's the report from the child's lawyer. He's court appointed per my request.
This isn't the order setting supervised visitation.
Actually, there's not supervised visitations anymore. The only reason why it was a supervised visitation is because my 7-year-old son said...
Listen to me. I can read. This says that the doctor recommends that if supervised visitation with the mother is to be lifted, that the visits with the mother be of short durations, 2 or 3 hours a visit. And then it goes on to say that the mother should, in addition, be engaged in supportive psychotherapy. What I want is the order where the judge ordered supervised visits, not your request for lifting it. Do you have that in those documents?
That was the order that was given for the last current standing order.
When?
When the most recent court date stating that there is no longer supervised visitations.
You're not following me. I mean, is this a passive-aggressive discussion that we're having? In what year was supervised visitation entered?
2004, approximately in October.
So at some point there was an order that said you don't have overnights, you don't have unsupervised visits, you have supervised visits. And what you're telling me is you do not have a copy of any of the reports that were used for the judge.
That order was only based on that my son was seen by a psychologist, and he was coerced into saying that he was injured while with me, and he wasn't.
Listen to me.
So they lifted the order. That's the only reason why they had it, Your Honor.
Listen to me, madam. I don't believe you.
I'm sorry you don't, but I'm stating the truth.
I don't believe you. If you had the order, I would perhaps believe you.
That's the order.
But if what you're telling me is that the judge based their order on the statement of a child that was false,
yes,
I don't buy that.
Well, it's true.
No, don't buy that. Now, Doctor, that's the child's psychiatrist or psychologist?
Correct, Your Honor.
The observation of Dr. this visitation supervisor, the undersigned, and the prior psychologist who worked with the mother and the minor child routinely observed the mother's frustration with controlling and redirecting the minor child's behavior, as well as the mother's penchant for involving the child in court and adult issues. The first therapist appointed by the court to assist the mother in developing a more appropriate relationship with Jimmy and enhancing her parenting skills ultimately gave up in frustration, indicating he could not make any progress with the mother. So this is not an issue of short duration. This is a problem that's been going on for a long time, madam.
Your Honor, I originally had 93% custody of my son.
Well, something that you're doing,
Miss Held,
something that you're doing, if you originally had 93% custody of your child, and if you don't have a mental illness, and I'm not sure whether you do or you don't. So I don't know whether you do or you don't. But if I were a parent who had 97% custody, and then it was cut down to 37% custody, and then it was cut down to visitation, and then it was cut down to supervised visitation, I would say to myself, wake up. Maybe something I'm doing is not right. Instead of saying everybody else has a problem. My son has a problem because he lies. This visitation supervisor has a problem because he lies. The child psychologist has a problem. My son's lawyer has a problem. I might say to myself, maybe my behavior is inappropriate because I started out being the custodial parent, and all of a sudden I can see my son 3 hours a week with a stranger that I have to pay. So I would say that to me would be a wake-up call.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Child Visitation Monitor Monica Konya says a former client stopped payment on her fee. Julie Hughes Heald claims Monica overstepped her bounds when she terminated her visit with her son.
Go ahead.
My concern is that the San Diego court system has put my son and I through the judicial process of I present the truth that my former husband and his current wife, who was a secretary originally, in the aspect of manipulating and controlling, and basically when she has two older teenagers, that my son was coming back with behaviors as in acting like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old that weren't well brought up. So my son was also stating comments about his dad.
You're not getting it. Madam, I sat in the family court for a quarter of a century.
I
ran the system there, and I do not remember a case where a mother had custody of a child or children, and that was reduced to supervised visitation unless there was a serious problem. And if you're telling me that in my career, which spanned 30,000 cases, that yours was unique, perhaps that's true. I doubt it. Because I'm hearing what you're saying, and what you're saying is exactly what I heard from parent after parent who said, I'm telling the truth, they're all off base. And all I'm saying to you is I'm giving you real good advice. Unless you are mentally ill, I would start examining myself, my own behavior, in order to ensure that I correct that behavior or modify it so that you can again become a meaningful part of your son's life. And stop resenting his father, who married a secretary, and stop resenting two teenage boys with whom your 7-year-old son probably has a reasonable relationship, but maybe learning things that are a little beyond his years. You better get on with it. Now, you want to tell me why you stopped payment on this check?
Yes. To be
just get to it.
To be quite honest, I have no resentment to my former husband because he was
Would you get to
violent.
it? Because I'm past all that.
I'm thankful I'm not married to him.
I'm past all that.
The stop payment on the check was based on all I wanted to do was see my son. I love my son dearly, and due to the fact that he told his psychologist, because he was coerced by my former husband and his wife.
Now listen to me. That's not my question to you, and you're still not getting it. You see, you have this fixed thing. You want somebody to hear you. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. I'm hearing that you have a problem sticking to a judicial question, which at this point is, why did you stop payment on the check?
Yes, Your Honor. I stopped payment on the check because she violated her own contract.
How? That's what I want to hear.
She violated her own contract because she allowed Jim to bring his current wife there with the baby. She showed up a half hour late to the drop-off and pickup place. In the regards to the exchange, she originally had the exchanges with Alan Glitch 2 times prior from 1 to 4 on Sundays, in which in the supervised agreement was never to be a person that's an agent of hers, which is ethically, I believe, unethical because it's her husband.
I only have one question for you, madam.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, in fact, say in sum and substance, that kind of behavior is unacceptable to me? You may learn that at home with your father and stepmother, but that behavior is not acceptable here.
No, Your Honor, I
What
never
did you say? What did you say?
Basically, my son never threw a Beanie Baby at me.
I didn't ask you that. I said, what did you say to him?
About the behavior? I said, I have a Gatorade. When we went to the...
What did you say to him?
When he wanted a soda, I stated, no, Jimmy, I have Gatorade for you. I was handling it appropriately. Monica started freaking out, saying that, his dad said he couldn't have a soda. She started saying she was canceling the visitation, that
so
I wasn't his parent or mother, so she was saying despairing remarks about me.
So what you're saying is you never said anything about
I never said anything despairing. I'm not a rude person.
Well, that's been a long-term problem, madam.
Well, that's my
according
concern.
to this. That's according to this that you gave me. It's been a long-term problem. What you're saying is that you never said anything to James about his father and or his stepmother? Nothing during the visit. Is that what you're saying?
No, I did
don't
not.
believe you.
I was just wanting to see my son and spend time with him
you.
due to the circumstances.
I don't believe you. I don't think
Monica stated I wasn't my son's mother. She called the police. I said I had to call my son's court-appointed attorney to find out that I'd only met this lady once based on a list. And she's demanding that I leave and abandon my son in a restaurant, screaming out that I'm not his mother.
Madam! You're not abandoning him. You're leaving him with somebody that the court has indicated is an appropriate supervisor. You can't cancel her check.
In which
you can't cancel her check.
She was screaming at me.
You cannot cancel her check. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $130, which is the amount of the check plus the canceled check fee. And you have a counterclaim for $2,500. That counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I never had his feet in a puddle, nor did I ever make any despairing remarks.
It happens infrequently. It does happen once in a while. I have problems with my clients during supervised visitation.
I carried my son for 40 weeks and gave birth to him. For this lady to state that I'm not his mom in front of the 7-year-old son is emotionally damaging, in addition to incorrect.
Untrue. Very untrue.
And his dad is very manipulative in the aspect of he likes to cause harm to a mother and son's relationship, so my son's a victim in the aspect that so that is the court.
The hardest part of my job is not getting involved in the conflicts between the parents and remaining neutral.
Versus Connell. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
What's your first name?
Amanda.
How old are you, Amanda?
19.
How long have you been living on your own?
Since January.
You go to school or you work?
I go to school and work.
What school do you go to?
Eastern Connecticut State University.
And what about you? How old are you?
20.
You go to school also?
Yes.
Same school?
No.
What school?
Three Rivers Community College.
How long have you known each other?
Since freshman year of high school.
According to the complaint, you girls decided to live together with one boy or two boys?
It was just one to begin with.
Which boy? Raise your right hand. Had to think about that for a minute.
Yep.
You are John.
Yep.
John with the paintball gun.
Yeah.
And I gather that after you moved in, you're going to tell me when things didn't work out. And according to your complaint, the defendant moved out owing you some money. Owed you money for rent and a deposit. She says that she owes you a little bit for rent, right?
Mostly for...
not what you said here. You said you owed her a little bit for rent. Not as much as she wants, but that you have a counterclaim because you claim that she has some of your property and she assaulted you.
She threw a soda bottle at me.
Just say yes or no.
Yes.
I'm going to get to your story in a sec. When did you sign your lease?
A little bit before January 1st when we moved in.
And what was the rent?
$1,200 a month.
Who was helping you pay your rent?
I work 3 jobs and go to school, so I pay my own rent.
That's pretty good. And what about John with the paintball gun?
He works full-time. He's a workaholic. He works all the time.
Good. You're supposed to split the rent 3 ways.
Yes.
You say that Miss Connell had trouble coming up with rent and deposit.
Yes.
Go ahead, let me hear.
Okay. When we first moved in, we each had to pay $647.50 for the first month's rent, deposit, all that. And she could only come up with $300, so I covered her. It was $347.50. And since I handle all the bills, everything's in my name, I request that all the rent is made by January 20th so I can send it out for February 1st. On January 20th, Alyssa still didn't have any money because she was suspended from work. So I covered her then, too. So I sent the rent out on January 20th, and it would have been $400.
So you covered her for that money?
Yes.
So far she owes you $747.50. Is that right?
Yes.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
Go ahead.
So then it was January 29th. I was babysitting for a family friend, and my little brother was at the house, but she wanted to have a party. And I said, that's fine, just keep it downstairs, keep it in the basement, because I have little kids here. I don't want them seeing all that, because they were partying pretty hard. And then she kept bringing people upstairs, even though I asked her not to. So we locked the doors so that people that were coming there, we were all pretty drunk, were just like banging on the door, and we wouldn't let them upstairs. So one of them threatened John, and that's when John shot the paintball gun out in the yard. And Alyssa was really mad. She came upstairs and she started screaming at him. She was really, really drunk. So she was like yelling at him, and then started yelling at me, and she ran at me like a chimpanzee. And obviously I knew she was really drunk and I wasn't going to sit there and fight with her, so I just let her. She left. She took her bottle of Captain and she left. Then on the 3rd of February, she called John and said, because we weren't letting her party there anymore, that it wasn't fun living there anymore and she didn't want to live there, so she was moving out. On the 5th, she came back, took her bed and most of her belongings. On the 7th, of February. The room smelled disgusting, so I finally went in there. Well, actually, James went in there and trying to find what smelled, and found 2 bags of rotten frozen meatballs. That was the smell. It smelled revolting.
Is that right, James?
Yes.
And what were you doing with meatballs in your room?
I don't think they were mine, so I don't know what she's talking about. I wouldn't have meatballs in my room.
Maybe one of your friends brought the meatballs.
Nobody was in my room that night.
What kind of a party were you having?
Actually, to set the story straight, it wasn't my party. We had been having parties every Saturday except for the 22nd because it snowed that day. Then on the 29th, we had people calling us saying, hey, we heard you're having a party.
Who were they calling?
Mine and Amanda's cell phones. And actually,
anybody call your cell phone?
I'm sure people did.
Did you tell them that you were having a party?
No.
Yes, she did.
No, I did not. I never said that we were having a party.
Were you downstairs partying with your friends?
I was down there for a little bit, but I kept coming upstairs because I didn't even know half the people. Her friends were down there also, though.
Did she have small children upstairs?
Yes, she did.
So then I gather she did not go downstairs.
She was downstairs for a little bit.
I was not.
No, I don't believe that. What happened to the rent? $747.50.
When we first moved in, it was one of those things where we had to come up with money because the guy wanted us to sign the lease. Because he
of course, that's what happened.
Yes, he was going back to Maryland. So I got money from my mother. She wrote me a $200 check, and then we said the rest of it would come up with along the way. So she covered some of it. She covered $135 of mine. And
well, she says she covered $347.50.
John gave $1,000.
I'm asking you about your money. I'm not interested in anybody else. She said she covered $347.50 for you. Is that correct?
No.
How much did she cover for you?
I'm not sure of these. I want to say $135 she covered of mine because she was also paying for James to move in.
I'm talking about your money. Show me proof that you gave her $647.50, please.
I didn't give her all of it. I
close to it. Around January. Can I have that, please? Around January of 2005. This is December 20th, 2004. Check made out to you for $200 that you cashed.
Yes.
What's that for?
That her mother paid $200 of her. So out of the $300 that she paid, her mother paid $200 of it, and her mom made the check out to me.
So she owes.
So she did give $300, but she owed $647.50.
$647.50, leaving $347.50. Do you understand?
She didn't put in all the money, though. John put in some of it.
I don't care who put it in. She'll give it back to John.
Okay.
You owed the money. You didn't pay for it.
Yes.
$347.50. Okay. January.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She had become very temperamental. She threatened me with retaliation. She threw a soda bottle at me.
Did she hit you with it?
Yes.
And later today.
You didn't think that coming here was going to be a picnic, did you, Mr. Collins?
No, ma'am, I did not.
I'm not known as picnic lady.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda McClenathan says ex-roommate Alyssa Connell owes for rent and a security deposit. Alyssa claims Amanda assaulted her with a can of soda.
Now, when did you move out in February?
On February 4th, I packed up some of my belongings. I was not planning to move out. She assumed I was.
I don't care. You were there in February.
Until the 4th.
Then you owe the rent for February.
The reason I moved out, though, was because initially I called up the landlord and I had called the police also because she had become very temperamental. She wrote on my door with a permanent marker. She threatened me with retaliation. And so I was calling the police, talking to them what I should do about this because I don't feel safe living with her. She's going to be throwing things at me, threatening me. I have a brand new car and I don't want anything happening to it because she's the type of person who will egg a person's car if she doesn't like them.
Well, let me ask you this question, Miss Connell. When did she do this to you, these things?
On February 2nd, which was a Wednesday, she threw a soda bottle at me.
That's the assault you're talking about?
Yes.
And she wasn't a bottle. According to your answer, it was a can.
A can or a bottle.
Did she hit you with it?
Yes.
Where?
In the leg.
Did you go to a doctor?
No.
Why not?
Because it was just like a bruise or something that it left.
What do you mean, just like a bruiser or something?
It was just a bruise that it left.
Do you have a photograph of it?
I had a camera that had pictures on it of all the damages that she did to the house, the 2 doors that she built.
I'm not interested in the house. I asked you about your leg.
Well, there was pictures on it, but she stole it out of my room.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Let's move on from the assault. February 2nd, you had this altercation.
Yes.
You moved out some stuff on February 4th.
Yes.
Had you paid February's rent on the 20th of January?
Not yet.
Why not?
Because, she said, I was suspended from work, which was a whole sexual harassment retaliation type thing that we're
You
going
owed
through.
the money.
Yes, I know.
Well, you should have paid her. So far, that's $747.50, which is exactly what she's suing for, which is what you owe her. Now let's get to your counterclaim, okay? Because I've just taken care of the assault. It's not nice if you threw a soda can at her. Value of personal property and damages. What personal property does she have of yours?
Do you want the list, or do you want me to just read it to you?
Read it. Sorry.
Okay. I left 2 washers and a dryer.
That's a big item, washer and dryer.
She did leave those items. I have pictures of all the items that she left at the house that I took a couple days before I left for court. She just left them at the house. No one ever took them from her.
Fine, so you don't have a problem returning them?
No. She
Great.
can come get them whenever she wants.
Okay. I have a sofa. 2 sofas or one?
Yes, there's 2 sofas.
2 sofas.
A chair.
A washing machine. A dryer. A chair.
Oh, she also left another chair and a punching bag.
Okay. You arranged for a truck in 5 days, madam? Go and pick up your stuff.
Yes. The fact of the matter is, though, is that I lost of sale on the washer and dryer because I could have sold it, and I had told John that I was going to come pick him up.
Okay. 5 days from today, you go and pick up your stuff. Anything else?
Yes. 2 CDs, 5 belts, a black ruffled skirt, white dress pants, and my coat was damaged in the stuff that she packed up.
Do you have any of her property? Listen to me very carefully, madam. You owe her $747 and 5 days from today.
She changed the law.
And 5 days from today, she had every right to. You hadn't paid rent. It's not her problem that you got laid off from work. Get another job.
I had the job still.
Perfect. Then you should have paid rent. 5 days from today, is this your mother?
Yes.
Your mother, whoever else you want to, is going to go pick up your property that you left behind when you moved out. Your white dress with the ruffled feathers you should have taken with you when you moved. Thank you very much. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I can't help the fact that Amanda's a compulsive liar and she likes to throw things at people.
I think it's hilarious that she said I assaulted her because I threw a cup of soda. I was 5 feet away from her. I threw a cup of soda on the floor and it splashed her.
She broke 2 doors in the house one night when she was drunk.
She's very immature, obviously.
Pick your friends a little better.
If she can't pay the rent in the beginning, don't get into a lease with her. She's not going to pay it all along.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brooks versus Collins. Step forward, please.
21-year-old warehouse worker John David Brooks is suing his former friend, 24-year-old service repairman Eric Collins, for wrecking his quad runner.
Mr. Brooks, you are the owner of an off-road vehicle. Mr. Collins was an acquaintance of yours. It is your claim that he rode your off-road vehicle without your permission and wrecked it. Mr. Collins acknowledges that he rode the vehicle, but he says the brakes were defective and he injured himself. He has medical bills. He is going to take his lawsuit against you to the Supreme Court where he can sue you for a lot more money. That's what your answer is. Is that right?
Correct.
Good. Do you have a lawyer?
No, I don't.
When did this happen?
September the 28th, 2004.
What are you waiting for?
To pay my lawyer some more money.
Mr. Collins, you don't see stupid written across here, do you?
No, ma'am, I don't.
The kind of suit you are alleging is a suit in negligence. Lawyers do not accept money up front for that. What they do is they work on a contingency, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a lawyer that's charging you a fee?
Of course.
What is this lawyer's name?
I'd rather not say.
I'd rather you would.
Gerald.
How much have you paid him so far?
Not pertaining to this case here.
This case here, Mr. Collins.
Which I did not put a counterclaim against him. He put one against me.
What part of the English language don't you understand, Mr. Collins? I asked you, how much money did you pay your lawyer so far?
I have not paid him a dime pertaining to this case.
Correct. I assume he's represented you with regard to other matters in the past, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Collins? How old are you, sir?
24.
What kind of matters has he represented you on, Mr. Collins? Is not an answer.
Just minor charges.
Criminal matters.
No.
What are you looking at him
matters.
for? What are you looking at him for? You didn't think that coming here was going to be a picnic, did you, Mr. Collins?
No, ma'am, I did not.
I'm not known as the picnic lady.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When you do something wrong, you're supposed to take responsibility for it.
Of
then
course.
you can put a period and move on with your life and be a productive citizen.
Yes, ma'am.
As opposed to making excuses for why you do not accept responsibility and trying to give me a lot of who shot John. What is an off-road vehicle? Is not an answer.
The ATV, all-terrain vehicle.
That is a vehicle that is to be ridden off the
street.
Now, you allowed someone else to borrow your all-terrain vehicle. Who was that? Raise your hand.
Right Jason.
Here. That would be you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You borrowed Mr. Brooks's all-terrain vehicle because you were going duck...
To a dove shoot?
Dove shoot.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they ever do anything to you?
No.
And Mr. Brooks allowed you to take the ATV, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you brought it back, and it was in good condition.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what did you do with it?
I didn't do anything. I brought it back to my house, and David was supposed to come back and pick it
David.
up. Yes, ma'am.
David was supposed to come back and pick it up,
Yeah.
yes.
He came by that night that Eric wrecked it. He had a trailer.
Just a second.
Oh.
You ran by that very quickly. He came by that night and you said, Eric, that would be him.
That's correct.
He wrecked it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how did he get his hands on it?
Well, it was left at the house that we were
No, you
renting.
left it at the house. You borrowed it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you leave it?
In the garage.
Was he at your house, Mr. Collins?
Yeah, well, he was living there at the time.
Did he ask you if he could use it?
No, ma'am.
So he took it without
Mission.
Right, Mr. Collins?
Right.
And what happened when you took it without permission, Mr. Collins?
Well, took it around the block.
Why looking at me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We took it around the block.
Not we. You.
I took it around the block. Brakes failed, hit a brick wall, woke up in the middle of the road with a crushed hand, dislocated knee, and a concussion.
It's a good thing that this is a G-rated show. Otherwise, I would say something like, something happens. You take things without permission, sir. So I would suggest you save your money for your lawyer because you have no case.
Okay.
It would be like you saying, you know, I saw that Rolls Royce just sitting in the middle of the road. And I've never gotten behind the wheel of a Rolls Royce before. So the door was open, and I got in, and the key was on the floor mat. So I took the key and I started it, and took it for a ride, and the brakes failed, and I wrapped up the car, and I was hurt. And then you turn around and sue the owner of this old Rolls Royce because the brakes were bad. What do you think about that?
Well, what could I say?
What could I say, sir? You took Mr. Brooks's property without permission, and you wrecked it.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you wreck it, you pay for it. Does that sound right to you?
Well, yes, ma'am.
Now he's got the drill. See how easy that was?
Like a bird's nest on the ground.
May I see a photograph of your ATV, sir? Did you get this fixed?
No, ma'am, I totaled it out. I had the estimate, and I could have bought a new one for as much as it would have cost for the parts.
Well, how much did you pay for this one?
I paid $1,800 for it.
When?
I believe it was January last year. After that, I probably put about $600 into it, a new exhaust, tires.
You're suing him for $1,680. How come?
That's about what the worth of it was at the time.
Mr. Collins?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm coming back to you for a moment, sir. You got on the all-terrain vehicle, you took it out of the garage.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't...
Sorry about that.
You took it out of the garage,
That's correct.
and you were going to just take it for a spin around the street?
Yes, ma'am.
This was on a street, right?
Actually, it was a boulevard, but, you know,
It was a boulevard
same thing.
where the ATV was not supposed to be ridden, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's supposed to be ridden on all terrain except city streets, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So aside from taking it without permission, you were breaking the law.
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you get with it?
Not very far.
Well, how far?
Quarter of a mile.
Sir, that's the most expensive quarter-of-a-mile ride you will probably ever have. It's going to cost you $1,680. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I guess the law is the law, and that's about the plainest way to put it.
I went back next day after the wreck to pick it up.
I took myself to the hospital.
He was pretty hurt. He was in the bed.
I was lucky to be alive.
You know, he made a couple payments and it stopped.
Well, you know, David's my friend when he was. I hopefully, you know.
I mean, yeah, we can squash it now. You know, it's done.
Don't ride him if it don't belong to you.
Now this is case number 64 on the calendar in the matter of Alvarado versus Ayala. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
You two folks had a 9-year relationship, according to what I've read, and you have 2 children together.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are the children?
4 and 8, ma'am.
How come you never got married?
There was some trust issues, ma'am, that I couldn't oversee.
What do you mean trust is? You have a trust fund?
No, basically infidelity.
There was no trust.
Sounds
so what do
weird.
you have 2 children together for?
It sounds weird, Your Honor, but our first child was unplanned. It was an unplanned
Yeah,
pregnancy.
but then you have another one.
And then we had another.
The only reason I'm asking you this, Mr. Alvarado, is really not to get into your history, but to suggest to you that it's very difficult for a court when 2 people decide to live together. You know, we have courts for people who want to divorce because they're married. We have certain laws that are involved. You have, depending upon where you live, equitable distribution, community property. We have all kinds of laws. But if you live together for 9 years and you have a family and you don't have a marriage on paper, it's very difficult. No court's going to go back and trace who bought the skidoo. What is it? Oh. What do you say he has of yours?
Sea-Doo, Your Honor.
Sea-Doo.
Yes, ma'am.
Back in 1990. Nobody's going to look at that. Certainly not me. All right, so let's take care of this case very fast. What personal items do you say that she has of yours?
Well, she has several, Your Honor, but I'm only contesting 2. It's a personal computer that I had custom built by a friend.
Okay. When?
December of last year, Your Honor.
Okay. 1 computer and 1?
And a Nissan Pathfinder that the defendant and me purchased together.
So you purchased it together?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you say you purchased it together, then why would you sue for it?
Well, because I'm still paying for it on my credit card, and I just don't believe it's fair for her to drive something that I'm still paying for.
Okay, let's deal with the computer first.
Okay.
Do you have his computer?
No.
Where is it?
He picked it up with all his belongings when he came to the house in January when he picked up all his belongings.
No, I don't believe that. Why would he sue for it if he picked it up?
Because he knows that I wanted it, and he took 2 computers with him on that date.
No, Miss Ayala, listen to me very carefully.
You know,
Just a second. Sorry. You saw him take the computer?
No, I was there the day that he
Did
picked
he?
up his belongings.
Did
Yes,
you see
it
him
was
take
in his belongings.
Well, step up here, and I'll see you. You tell me your last name.
My name is Wendy Miller.
Miss Miller, you were present when he moved out?
Yes, I was.
When he came back with the truck and got all of his stuff?
Yes, I was.
Did you actually see him take his computer?
It was in a green tote, in one of those plastic totes. And I recall saying, Randy, why aren't you keeping this? I thought you were having one and he was having one. And she said no. We decided he was having it all.
Taking both.
Taking both. Because she didn't want anything to fight over.
Because I've been in a physically violent relationship for the last 9 years, and I know what he's capable of. So I just wanted to make it as easy as possible and give him what he was requesting, and done deal.
She says she saw you carry out the computer in a green bag, sir.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. I wouldn't be here, Your Honor, if... I'm not that type of person. I mean, that would be totally petty for me to do. The computer was custom built for me. I'm a plumbing designer, so it's basically my trade. I don't have it.
She says she doesn't have it.
Well,
Is what you're telling me is that you don't have it?
That's correct.
Did you sell it?
No.
Yes.
Just a minute. Didn't sell it. You say that he took it.
Yes, he packed it up himself and took it.
I don't know who has the computer. I thought if it was easy, I might deal with it. It's not. All right, let's talk about the car. You 2 people had a marriage together. As far as I'm concerned, for 9 years. It wasn't a marriage on paper. I don't intend to spend too much time with this. Let's talk about the car. Let me see what you're paying off, sir.
Okay.
On the car.
Well, basically, I have paperwork also showing that I took a student loan for the computer.
I'm not interested in the computer. I don't know where it is.
Then I have paperwork from my credit card showing the orange highlighted area showing the balance transfer from Wells Fargo to my credit card for the balance of the
Wells Fargo
truck.
had nothing to do with it.
When did you purchase this car?
November '94.
November of '94. We're in 2000 now. You had a car at that time. Is that right, according to your answer?
Yes, I
You had a
traded in
300ZX.
I had a fully paid off 300ZX, and I traded it in for the Pathfinder.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. We had a stanza right before.
In between, I'm sorry. I traded in for a stanza. We had the stanza for 9 months. Then we traded in the stanza for the Pathfinder.
That we've both been paying on.
That you've both been paying on?
Correct, Your Honor.
And how much is left on it?
I believe $3,000, Your Honor.
You have any reason to believe that it's all paid off? You say, in your answer, you say it was all paid off.
It is paid off.
It is paid off?
Yes.
Due to the fact that we put the balance on my credit card, Your Honor. That's why it's paid off.
Did you pay off the car by taking money out of his bank?
He made a student loan because he was not employed at the time, and that student loan was money for us to live off of.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. That's totally incorrect.
Were you employed at the time?
I was a full-time student, Your Honor, and I was receiving...
Employed was the word.
I was receiving unemployment for retraining for my profession, which is plumbing designing. And at the time, I was receiving an income through the state for unemployment retraining.
All right. When you purchased this 1994 car, 92 car in 94, did you use it as a family for the last 6 years?
Basically on the weekends, but during the week she would use it.
And how long was the note on the car?
It was a 3-year note, I believe, Your Honor.
Back then. 3-year note. What, 1994? That brings you up to 1997.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I never even knew she had pictures of other men in intimate positions.
I'm not interested in that, sir.
I never looked at that stuff. And she had that in my boy's bedroom. I mean, she had pictures of her and other men in our son's bedroom.
There we go.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ramon Alvarado claims former live-in lover of 9 years and mother of his 2 children, Randy Shannon Ayala, owes him for some personal items. Randy says he owes her for a wave runner and Sea-Doo.
All right, let's get to your counterclaim. What do we have here? A 1990 Yamaha Wave Runner, a 1990 Zima trailer, and a 1990 Sea-Doo. Let's start with those things.
They're in both our names, all 3 items.
Yeah.
And I've heard from a friend that he's trying to sell them now for $5,000.
Yeah.
And he's never discussed it with me. I don't know if I'm getting half of this. I don't know what he's...
I don't know either. He didn't sell them yet. Didn't
put
sell
a
them
for
yet.
sale sign. I mean, my name's on it too. And
So he can't sell them without your name unless he forges your name.
That's correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes to sell those things, unless he forges your name, which I assume he doesn't want to do because he wouldn't want to go through retraining again, then what's going to happen is he's going to have to say, I want to sell this, would you sign off on it? And you'll say, how much are you selling it for? I want half.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may.
What?
My father let me borrow the money for the trailer, for the trailer and one of the jet skis. I still owe him the money. I told the defendant that she's more than welcome to have them if she were to pay my dad. I just don't think it's fair for her to get something that my dad lent me the money to borrow. And the wave
Mr.
runner,
Alvarado, when you enter into a relationship that is what I consider a permanent relationship, when you have one for 9 years and you make 2 children together,
right.
You don't come in with a shopping bag full of problems to courts and say, you figure it out. Right now you got a problem, and your problem is that her name is on the title to these things. If she doesn't want to sign off on it, then you can't sell it.
Right.
Then you may keep them as museum items and give them to your grandchildren.
Right.
Understand?
Right. My name's on the Pathfinder also, Your Honor.
Oh, just a second. Your name's on the Pathfinder. As far as I'm concerned, you bought this car 6 years ago. The car was paid off in 1997. If you took out money, and then she bought a Sentra, and then she bought this, I'm just explaining something to you, sir. We're not going back to the year of the flood to retrace, because courts are busy.
Right.
To retrace these things, it's just not going to happen.
No, I wasn't asking you to.
Fine.
Your Honor.
Good. Now, all right, so we've taken care of your counterclaim with regard to the Wave Runner, the trailer, and the Sea-Doo. Now, say you want $650 that was mistakenly deposited into his IRA account instead of mine.
Yes.
What is that?
Back in April of '99, we both signed up for IRA accounts with our financial advisor to do automatic debits from our checking account. His checks got assigned to my application for the IRA, and my checks got assigned to his application. And so his automatic debits were coming out of my checking account, and mine were going out of his checking account. Once I was aware of the fact...
Just 1 second, madam. He each signed up for $50. Is that what you're telling me?
Every month.
Every month. Well, if he paid his 50 and you paid your 50, that means that
it would be equal. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
But he closed his accounts. He closed his checking account 2 months into the automatic withdrawals.
Fine, then you have to get in touch with the bank.
No, he needs to sign to transfer over the IRAs in his IRAs in my name and mine in his name.
Is what you're telling me the bank made a mistake?
No, the financial advisor guy made the mistake.
Sue him. Sue him.
All he needs to do is sign his name saying that he's aware of the mistake.
Then
and
he should
won't
do it.
He won't do it.
This is the first I've ever heard of this, Your Honor. I don't have, if it's her money, she can have it. I don't need it.
Fine. Then you will go with her to the financial advisor, and if it's her money, fine. Otherwise,
I don't have a problem
sue
with
your
that.
financial advisor.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Raymond also took $1,700 worth of savings bonds, $1,200 worth that belonged to me, and $500 that belonged to my son.
Dude, you're outrageous.
Okay. $1,700 were your savings bonds? Were they in your name?
Yes, my name / my son, Callie Alvarado.
Your Honor, I would never do that. That's
Before he moved out, he went through the whole house, ransacked the house, going
Your
through
Honor,
anything
I
and
left my
everything.
stuff there, Your Honor.
Just a
Because
second.
we were currently going through child custody stuff through the court, and
Yeah.
he wanted to
Right.
find anything and everything
That's not right.
to go against me, to make me look bad. And he found my savings bonds because I've always had them hidden, and now they're not there.
So you don't know where they are?
That's not right.
They're no longer in their place.
I would never
Listen
do
to
that.
me.
I would never do
So
that.
why? I know you. I would never do anything like that. I don't know whether you would or you wouldn't. She has no proof that you took them, but all she has to do is she has to report them to the U.S. Treasury that they were lost or stolen. Because if they're in your name / for one of your children, he can do nothing with them if he in fact took them. And all you have to do is report them stolen, and you will get replacements.
Oh, okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
A gecko, that's like a big lizard.
It's actually a very small lizard. They range about 1 to 1.5 feet.
To me, that's a big lizard. Little ones, the ones that you see, little salamanders, you know, that you see, they're real cute, 1 and a half.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ramon Alvarado is suing the mother of his 2 children, Randy Shannon Ayala, for some personal items.
Yes.
Your Honor, in our 9 years, Your Honor, I deposited my check directly to our joint account, which I never had a separate checking account. I never dealt with the money. I never dealt with the bonds. I never even knew she had pictures of other men in intimate positions.
I'm not interested in that, sir.
Because I never looked at that stuff. I never looked at that stuff. And she had that in my boy's bedroom. I mean, she had pictures of her and other men in our son's bedroom.
There we go.
Letters and stuff.
Your case, Mr. Alvarado, is dismissed. I've explained why to you with regard to what you are property that you are suing her for. And Miss Ayala, I've just explained to you why he cannot sell the CDU, etc., without your permission. And if you want the bonds, write a letter to the U.S. Treasury. That's all. Both cases on the counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Whatever the judge said was fine with me.
He's nothing but a joke. I mean, obviously, he displayed his irrational behavior at the end, and he's a joke.
And now the next case.
All parties on Hageman versus Hoffman. Step forward, please.
19-year-old casino cashier Lisa Hageman claims former live-in boyfriend, 26-year-old photo lab technician Justin Hoffman, owes her for internet charges. Justin says she kept his pet gecko.
Ms. Hageman, according to your complaint, you and the defendant enjoyed an on-again, off-again relationship, and at some point, he moved into your house. Is that right?
Yeah.
There was an arrangement for rent, etc. You say he didn't pay all the time, but your lawsuit involves an expense that you claim he owes you.
Yeah.
And that is for a hookup for his computer.
DSL service.
What is DSL service? I'm completely illiterate when it comes to computers.
Personally, I'm not all that sure. I know it was to fix the problem we were having with the tie-up of the phone line.
Explain that to me.
Okay, it's a high-speed connection. It doesn't tie up your phone line. Makes your computer run faster and connect to the internet faster. That's basically it.
Is that right?
Yes.
And how much was it?
Altogether about $238.
Do you use the computer?
No, I didn't.
Were these your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have that settled. She paid for that, and you were supposed to pay her back for that?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'll hear your defense.
Well, I see no discrepancies in her statement. However, what she's neglected to mention is the fact that I had paid her $250 in rent during the week of March the 27th.
And what month's rent was that for?
That was for the month of April.
Yes.
I was kicked out of the apartment during approximately the April the 9th.
Okay. Did he, in fact, give you $250 on or about March 27th?
Yes, he did.
And was that for April's rent?
Yes.
Okay. And did you, in fact, eject him from the apartment?
Yes, I did.
Was that on April the 9th?
Around there, yes.
Okay. Did you fund any part of his $250?
No, I didn't.
Why?
Because he had lived there for so long without paying rent.
Well, you allowed him to.
Yeah.
That's your choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, you get some credit for that. How much notice did she give you before you left?
Less than a week, ma'am.
Okay, you had a falling out or whatever?
No, I asked him just to make sure it was as soon as possible. I told him he could have basically as much time as he wanted.
Did she give you as much time as you wanted?
Negative.
Negative. What did she say?
She told me she wanted me out by the end of the week.
And you were?
Yes.
Did you ask her for any part of your rent back?
No.
Now you say there's another reason why you don't owe her this money.
Yes, it's on the basis of an exotic pet gecko that was my own expenses in purchasing that pet. And
A gecko, that's like a big lizard.
It's actually a very small lizard. They range about a foot to foot and a half in length.
To me, that's a big lizard.
Yes, ma'am.
Little ones, the ones that you see, little salamanders, you know, that you see, they're real cute. Foot and a half. That's a big lizard.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Sounds to me if it's almost a wash. Maybe he owes you a couple of dollars, but that's it. I mean, he lived there for 9 days into the month. That's a third of the month. Giving you some credit for the time that you didn't live in the apartment, but for which you paid rent. Now let's go to this tank. How much was the tank for the gecko?
That was approximately $75.
That was untrue. We called around and got estimates on the aquarium. The estimate we took was $60 for the aquarium and then another $15 for a heat rock, which the gecko needed because they need large amounts of heat. And I gave him the $60 of it.
So he put in 15,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Now how much was the gecko?
50.
Is that right?
No, when he told me that he wanted to get the gecko, I asked him how much. He said $40. So I gave him $40.
Was this a present?
No.
Explain how that came about.
He originally was going to get a chinchilla, and when he mentioned that he could also get a gecko, I said that I wanted the gecko.
Do you like dogs and cats?
I also have a cat.
All right, well, he gets some credit for the rent that he paid you, that he did not enjoy because he did not live there because you asked him to leave for 2/3 of the month. And he gets a $15 credit for the difference that he paid for this aquarium that you decided you wanted to keep, which means that he owes you $150. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There were a lot of issues we didn't talk about.
I'm just glad the book is closed.
The reason why he was kicked out was because he pushed me, and there were other instances where he had thrown things at me and so on.
I have no comment on that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Tremblay versus Hoyt. Step forward, please.
Telemarketer Diane Tremblay is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, 23-year-old collection agent Jamie Hoyt, for breaking an apartment lease. Jamie says Diane's son was abusive.
Miss Tremblay, Miss Hoyt is your son's former girlfriend.
Yeah.
And is this the son?
Yes, he is.
According to what I read, you and your son and Miss Hoyt shared an apartment together. Each of you were responsible for a third of the rent, or $600. Miss Hoyt left 1 month prior to the expiration of the lease. You want her to pay her $600.
Correct.
And Miss Hoyt says that your son's behavior rendered it dangerous for her to live there, so she left. That's your defense. Is that right?
Correct.
When did you move out?
It was around the first 2 weeks of January. I don't know the exact date, though.
Had you paid January's rent?
Yes, I had.
So the month that you hadn't paid was February.
Correct.
Is it correct that she left within the first 2 weeks of January?
Yes, but her belongings were there till the end of the month.
I don't care, but she had paid the rent.
Yes, she did.
Tell me what happened. What caused you to leave?
It was a few things, actually. Eric and I fought a lot, and when we would fight, we could go 12 rounds most of the time.
You mean physically or verbally?
We would just scream at each other, and the fact that Diane also lived there, she would take her son's side, so it's not like I was just fighting him, I was fighting her as well. And I just got to the point where I just couldn't fight anymore. I would come home, and sometimes we would fight all night long, and neighbors would hear us fighting and ask us what was going on the next day. It got to be embarrassing to leave my house sometimes. The fact that Diane drinks the way that she does also made it hard to live there because I have alcoholics in my family and I know what it's like to live with one, and that's pretty much it.
You knew that when you moved in?
Yes.
So that's not anything new. So there was no real precipitating factor that caused you to leave?
Well, the day that I left, Eric and I were in our fighting match as usual, and we were in the closet. And
why were you in a closet?
Because I was packing my things. And we got into the fight, and we had a small, I guess it's like a square laundry basket. And I don't know if it was on purpose or if it wasn't on purpose, but it was dropped on my head by Eric when we were fighting. And I just left my stuff there and I left.
Your Honor, this has been going on for 3 solid years with Jamie and Eric. She moved in, she was a complete stranger, and we took her in because her mother had kicked her out of her house. And we took her in and she paid no rent whatsoever. Then we moved and she signed a year lease and stayed for 9 months. She left, they were quarreling. She usually started the fights. She would attack him, she would bite him. He has physical bruises all over his body where she attacked him several times. Eric never did anything but to try to defend himself. And then after that, she moved back in again. She stayed for almost a year, paid nothing. And they fought on and off. It was a continual thing.
Well, why did you permit that, Ms. Tremblay?
I actually stayed out of their fighting. She says that I interfered.
Why did you permit her to move in?
Eric let her come back in. Jamie does what she wants.
Just a minute, how old is he?
She walks out. She comes
in
her window.
How old is he?
He's 22 years old. But when she wants to come in, she'll climb in her window. You know,
Miss
she
Tremblay.
comes in anytime she wants.
Miss Tremblay.
My son had to have her taken away to a mental institution for 3 days. I mean, she went chasing her around with knives.
Miss Tremblay.
Knives. And she was put away. During all these, years. I mean, it's been horrible. And she has been the one that she has undermined him, she has belittled him, she has brainwashed him.
Are you finished? Are you finished? Are you still living in the same apartment that you were living in when she moved out?
Yes, my son and I are.
You don't have a third roommate, do you?
We do right now because we need help with the rent. Because Eric was laid off. He's entering the military very soon.
Well, they take him tomorrow if they're going to take him.
He's all signed up.
So what's the holdup, Eric?
He had to lose a few pounds.
No, I'm actually enlisted now. I'm in the DEP program. The actual MOS that the actual MOS.
When was the last time you worked full-time?
Back in October. It's been a couple months.
No, a couple is 2.
He's had a hard time finding work.
Well,
listen, it was not a good arrangement. You weren't happy with the arrangement. He wasn't happy with the arrangement. She wasn't happy with the arrangement. Before it became just a verbal confrontation between your son and the defendant, she left. Very smart. Deal with it. The case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I never climbed in and out of windows.
Climbing in and out of the windows, yes, she's done it whenever she's felt like it. When she's moved out and she wanted to come back in for something, some reason or other, it's all true.
When you're in love, you know, you do whatever love tells you to do.
She lies continually. She has stolen from us.
His mom doesn't like me for no apparent reason.
this is just going to be something that's going to be ongoing between them for the rest of our lives.
At least just be friendly with each other.
I see us having a good future together, just one without my mother.
No need for name calling anymore and screaming matches.
He's been brainwashed.
19-year-old escrow assistant Danielle Yankowski is suing her former landlord, contractor Rick Schaefer, for the return of her security deposit and sexual harassment. Rick is countersuing for 2 months' rent, property damage, and harassment.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Thanks. Your Honor, this is case number 226 on the calendar in the matter of Yankowski versus Schaefer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Yankowski, you rented a room from the defendant. It was a short-term arrangement. You weren't happy. He wasn't happy. You claim he owes you money. That money is from your security deposit, which he didn't return. And you also want a whole bunch of punitive damages. Because how much was your security deposit?
$450.
$450. But you're suing him for $2,000 because you say he aggravated you. He says that you're a troublemaker, that you used up your security deposit because you made a big mess. And he's counterclaiming for $1,600 because he says you owe him for rent, punitive damages, you caused him to lose a tenant, and you aggravated him. So he wants a whole bunch of money from you. Don't people know how to, if things don't work out, just to go their separate ways and say goodbye?
If they did, we wouldn't be in business.
When did you rent the room, Miss Yankowski?
I moved in on June 8th.
You found them through an ad in the paper, through...
Through a rental service. You pay money, they give you a listing.
How much was the security deposit?
$450.
Is that right so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the rent for the room?
The rent for the room was $450 plus utilities.
How long did you stay?
A month.
And you paid for the month that you were there?
Yes.
During that time, he gave you a 30-day notice to leave?
Yes.
Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you keep her security deposit?
First of all, she caused some damages to my home.
Tell me.
After I gave her the 30 days notice, she was going around slamming cabinet doors that were just remodeled, and they bent. The
cabinet doors bent?
Yes.
What kind of substance did you remodel them with?
Wood.
And she bent the wood? Mr. Schaefer.
I can show you easier than I can tell you. Sure. And she also left water on the floor during her showers. Here's the cabinet door that she bent. And this is also, she was throwing away the silverware in the trash after I gave her notice.
Did you slam this door and cause this damage?
No, I didn't.
What makes you think she did that, sir?
I was in the room when she did it. I watched her do it.
Show me how she did that. Describe to me how she did that.
She was going under the sink. She took the door and slammed it.
Yeah?
That's what she did. And
No,
that's
that doesn't happen as a result of slamming a door. No. What else?
The damage to the floor and the wall in the bathroom.
Let's take a look at that. Danielle refused to wipe up water after her showers. I had to do it for her. Water damage on the floor and wall. Looks like you didn't take really good care of his property.
There was a towel on the floor in the bathroom that I used every time I took a shower. There was also another female living in the house, and every time...
Another tenant?
Yes.
Was the other tenant also using this bathroom?
Yes, she was.
Didn't have a different bathroom?
No.
Okay. Now, what else are you suing for? And let's make the other stuff fast, because I have a low tolerance level for nonsense.
Well, the entire time I was there, he pretty much made my life a living hell.
That's a good reason to move.
Yeah, with sexual harassment and...
Like what?
Like, we were watching that movie, Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but in that movie, she's naked. And he made the comment, oh, well, that's what your body looks like naked. I was just like, okay, how would you know? And he's just like, well, I can kind of tell. We were sitting at dinner one night, and he mentioned how big my breasts were and what they look like naked. I was on the phone with a guy one night. When I got off the phone, he's just like, oh, who is that? The only reason he'd be calling you is if he had sex with you. Use a different word. He told me that the only reason any guy would ever talk to me is if he had a sexual interest in me. One night I had a guy come over. He was coming over, he was going to pick me up, we were going to go out. The next morning he asked me, oh, so did you guys have sex? And it's just like little comments like that.
Did it bother you?
Oh, yeah.
Did he really irritate you?
Oh, yeah. And then
So you were planning on moving?
Yes.
Because he was acting like a jerk?
Yes.
He didn't touch you?
No.
Did he? He just made sexual innuendos. Like a jerk?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you met jerks like that before?
Yes.
It's not the last one you're going to meet.
I know. I know.
If he said it, and I don't know, Mr. Schaefer, I don't know if he said it, but if he said it, It's a jerk. You were going to move. He gave you a 30-day notice before you gave him notice. Goodbye. You get your security deposit back. Go and be happy. Anything else you want?
Well, I mean...
Anything else you want?
No.
Perfect. Now, what do you want?
First of all, I want her to pay for the damages to the house.
She's not paying for the damages to the house, sir.
Okay.
You had more than one tenant, and there is no way that I can tell which one of the two girls who showered got water on the wall.
Okay.
Next.
She moved her brother into my home, into her bedroom, and I told her that she wasn't allowed to sublease.
So?
So she was having her brother live there, and he was going to my neighbors, telling them that I was and slandering me.
What difference does it make with regard to this lawsuit if her brother was saying something? What does that have to do with her?
Because she brought him into my home.
Did you ever hear the expression, I am not my brother's keeper? That's from a very old book. Very old. Next.
She went to my tenant and was telling her things.
Where's your tenant?
She moved out with her.
Were you there when she made remarks to your tenant about you?
Yes.
Oh, good. What did you hear her say about you?
That I was making sexual remarks to her, which I wasn't. The only sexual remark that was actually said was when she was walking down the hallway. One day I asked her what was going on, and she said she came out of her bedroom saying that she was masturbating feverishly.
Oh my God.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I had no idea any of this was going on at all.
My mother was in tears. I was in tears.
I'm thinking my wife left me before I got married, but I don't know what's going on.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danielle Yankowski says landlord Rick Schaefer owes for the return of her security deposit and for making inappropriate comments of a sexual nature.
Sir, I don't understand what you're suing her for.
Well, I lost a tenant because of her. She didn't know the tenant.
I have no idea whether you lost a tenant or not because of her. The tenant's not here. Even if it's true, the tenant wasn't happy, the tenant can leave. But you can't tell me the reason that the tenant moved because that's in somebody else's mind. I find that I cannot determine who caused the water splatter in the bathroom because you had more than one tenant using the bathroom. And her brother said things about you that were not nice. Is that right?
Yes.
So what do you want?
I didn't want her to bring anyone in the house in the first
So
place.
she did. So you evicted her, right?
Yes.
If you weren't unhappy with her, you wouldn't have given her a 30-day notice, right?
Right.
She was a good tenant and someone that you were satisfied with. Everything would have been cool, right?
Right.
So you did what you were supposed to do. Give her a 30-day notice and say, bye, return a security deposit, and you all go your separate ways. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $450. Your counterclaim is dismissed as nonsense. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was threatening me.
He figured that he wouldn't be able to sleep with me and, decided that he would harass me.
Be aware of little girls.
Beware of creepy old men.
Ms. Karen Holmson is suing her ex-boyfriend, aerospace worker Carrie Miles, for damage to her car and medical expenses. Carrie is countersuing for defamation of character as the result of a slanderous flyer.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 235 on the calendar in the matter of Holmson versus Miles. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Ms. Holmson, your claim is twofold. First, you claim that the defendant, who you were dating for a period of time, damaged your car, and he did it on purpose. He keyed your car, and then he damaged your sunroof and other parts of the car because he was angry. Second part of your claim is that he had agreed to pay for some medical tests for you, and while he gave you some money towards the medical tests, that's what he said, the amount of money that he gave you was not sufficient. But he said, I only agreed to give her $200. Any other tests that she did were tests that she decided to do on her own. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
You also, Mr. Miles, acknowledge that you did cause some damage to the car. But you say that you did pay for that damage, and you're going to prove that to me. Right?
Correct.
So, how long were you dating before you got into this argument with him?
I met him on Valentine's Day, and he did the damage to the car when he keyed the car in April.
April of what year?
Of last year.
So in April of 2001, he keyed your car?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay, we got in an argument due to, because we were dating, and a woman had called the home, my home.
She said that she just got out of jail and that Steve had come to pick her up and she'd spent some time with him. So we got an argument over that, and I told him I didn't want to see him anymore, and he was drunk as usual. And he left, and I spoke with a neighbor. They said that they saw him.
Don't tell me what a neighbor saw.
Oh, I know. I personally didn't see it, but he laughed at me later to my face and said, ha, ha, ha. Okay. Later on, the woman had called because he left when he was at work. He had left his cell phone at home, and I answered it. And it was the same woman. Well, this woman was all messed up or something, I don't know. She stated that she had had sex with Mr. Miles. That just hurt me so bad. So I told him that due to the fact that I found out that she was a prostitute and coming out of jail, that I wanted to be tested because I wanted to leave him, and that was only fair. So he admitted that it was his fault, but much in fact he owed me that he would take me to the doctor and pay for all doctor bills. When we went to the doctor, he didn't give me any money. I haven't received a dime. My doctor bills come to $790.50. And at the end of it, it was so ugly when he moved in with me in my apartment on Grants.
So you're rambling.
Okay, no. It's very, no,
You're rambling.
Okay,
all right.
Anyway.
So let me understand this. It's simple. Your car was keyed, but you didn't see him do it. And your proof is that he looked at you and laughed and said, ha, ha, ha. That's your proof. What other damage was done to the car?
He took my car drunk to the car wash. He obviously had pushed a button in the middle console.
When was this?
I'd say middle May, because we took the car into the shop.
This was after this woman called you on the telephone?
Yes.
You took the car with him? You let him take the car? Were you still
yes,
together?
Yes, because we had just got through moving, and I was having a nervous breakdown.
Just a second. So you were still together at that point?
Yes.
And when did he key your car? What month?
April.
So after he keyed your car, you still lived with him?
Yes.
And then he took the car drunk in May?
Yes.
Do you drink too?
Occasionally,
yes.
But I don't drink and drive.
But you drink too?
Occasionally.
Yes. And you drink a little or a lot?
On occasions, I do drink.
How about today?
No.
How about today?
No.
What's the matter?
No.
What's the matter?
Just listening.
Okay. When did you go to the doctor?
6/12.
And when had you received the telephone call from this woman?
2 weeks prior, because she said he had to get some money to take me to the doctor. Well, after he'd agreed to pay so much money, the lab reports came back, and that ended up costing so much more money that he was unaware of, so I sent him.
And when did you finally separate?
He wouldn't leave the home because it's a law that you have to serve somebody and give them 30 days to leave. So I had to leave my own home and go to Alaska, leaving him in charge of my home and my animals. He destroyed my home, didn't feed my animals, wouldn't let my maids in to clean it.
Could you just tell me when you separated?
We separated when I returned from Alaska on July 9th. And, Your Honor, you could see that I need a follow-up because something came back from saying that something was wrong with me, and due to the financial status that he left me in, I have been unable to return to the doctor to find out what is wrong with me. So I've lived with it for months, freaking out, thinking what is wrong, and I can't afford to go back because I'm a single mom. I just paid for my daughter's wedding and picking up his end of my rent.
Let me explain something to you. If you think you have something wrong with you physically, you take care of that before you pay for your daughter's wedding. Don't talk stupid. Don't talk really stupid, because these tests are over a year old.
I sent them to him. He refuses to pay me.
I'm not talking about him refusing to pay you. I'm talking about if you think that there's something wrong with you physically.
Your Honor, I don't have insurance, and I don't have the money, and it's cost a ton.
How much was your daughter's wedding?
$3,000.
You paid for that? You just told me?
She's entitled to that, Your Honor. I had promised her that.
That's great. That's great. But if you think there's something physiologically wrong with you, then you take care of that before you take care of anything else.
That's why I'm
anything. So
don't
be foolish. Don't be foolish. I mean, don't say stupid things to me, because if you say stupid things to me, it presupposes that I'm stupid. And I don't like people to think I'm stupid. Old, maybe. Stupid, never.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Don't care.
This is proof, Your Honor.
Don't care.
This is why I came to you, because I know you're very fair. And
I am very fair and very short-tempered.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karen Holmson claims ex-boyfriend Carrie Miles owes for damage to her car and for the cost of blood tests after he had an affair with a prostitute. Carrie is countersuing for defamation of character.
All right. Mr. Miles, I'm going to hear from you, sir. let's start with the car.
Okay, I did not key her car.
Fine, let's talk about what you did to her car.
Okay, I did take it to the car wash.
When you were drunk.
No, I wasn't drunk.
What'd you take it to the car wash for, sir?
Because she wanted it to be washed.
Yeah.
So I had it washed for her, brought it back, left it at her house. I took off, went back home. She calls me up about 3 or 4 days later and says that she was out driving and the sunroof come off and that I broke the sunroof. I can't prove that I did or I didn't. I took responsibility. I took it down to the Porsche dealer. I paid $800 to have it fixed, and that was the end of the car situation. I would never touch that car because of that.
What about the medical test?
I did agree to have an AIDS test.
Stop playing with your papers. I can't hear him.
And when it finally came to an end, yes, it was a very bad situation. So yeah, she sent a bill. I have one bill here for $558, and then now she's saying it's 800 and something. No, it was not. I agreed. I paid $200 at the clinic when we went there for the test. Yes, I did agree for that. I did pay that, and that was that.
Would you ask him if this is his signature, please?
No, it is not. Or wait, yes, it is.
Ah! Would you read what that says?
It says, I, Carrie Stephen Miles, will pay Corinne $350 on Friday 18th and $25 and take you to the doctor on Tuesday the 22nd.
So did you give her $350?
Yes, I did.
Show me.
I don't have a receipt for it, Your Honor.
Well, show me a check.
I don't have a check for it.
So? Is this the note that he signed for you?
Yes, Your Honor. There's also another one stating that he would pay for all of the car and all of the lab.
Well, I don't have a note for that.
Is that okay that I reach in here now that he's not?
Now
speaking?
now you
okay,
can do that.
thank you very much. Here's this, and here's also, oh, gosh, okay, here also is for the car damages. Would she like to see that?
Sure. Show me that note.
Could I give you a bailiff this, ma'am?
No. It's your signature, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, would you explain all that to me, sir?
Yes. At that time, when this was all coming to an end, I did write that.
Why? It says here
Because
that you promised to pay her $430 for the damages to the car, $50 because something that you owed her, for doctor bills for a full exam and lab work done, and will pay $400 and no cents for rent before July 1st, 2001. And then you signed it.
Okay, at that time, I signed it to get her out of my life because of the things she has been caused in my life. She sent flyers all through my work.
Just a minute. There you're coming to your counterclaim, sir. I'm going to get to your counterclaim in a second. You signed these IOUs, right?
Yes.
You're stuck with them.
Okay.
Just show that to me at the beginning. I didn't have to listen to all this nonsense.
Your Honor, this is my car. This is for the car. My estimate is $6,200.
I don't care what the estimate is. $430 is what I have a note for. Period. Period. End of discussion. End of discussion.
This is proof, Your Honor. If you would read this further, because they fixed the car, they sent it back. It was malfunctioning. They did further research on it. They saw that he smashed it, so they had to get a whole new sunroof. And here's all the repeats. It's all in
the. Don't care. Don't care. This is what.
It's my life and my
this
car.
Then you should have pursued your remedy sooner. This is what you have a note for.
This is why I came to you, because I know you're very fair. And
I am very fair and very
short.
short-tempered. Now, let's get to your counterclaim. Your counterclaim says that because she was very angry with you, put some flyers up around town that caused you a great deal of stress and discomfort.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have one of those flyers?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. Listen, there's not quiet.
And I also have a witness that was present at my work when they were put all through my work. At a bar that I was at.
Just a second. Now, this is a very, very nasty flyer. Did you do this flyer?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Well, it is certainly nasty.
I bet he did it himself.
What?
He probably did it for himself.
Why would you say that? Have you seen them?
I don't know. Because he's already told me that I did this and that, and I haven't.
Listen to me. I'm asking you a question. Did you or did you not?
No, I did not.
Put up a flyer of him?
No, I did not.
Okay. You have a witness that you say saw her put this flyer around?
No, that's seen the flyers at my work.
I didn't see her.
Didn't see her, no. It was done early morning when we were all inside working.
What proof do you have, sir, that she did it?
I have a letter that matches her handwriting there, and I also have, I know where that picture came from that she cut out and put on those. That picture was taken when we were out to dinner one night, at a photo booth right by the restaurant we went to. And then she pasted my face onto those.
Where did this note come from?
She sent it to my house.
On the back of the bill from the doctor.
Right, because that's a note she sent to my house. And I also have a letter from my work stating that the flyers were put up all around my work.
Just a minute. You put these up.
No, I did not, ma'am.
You sure you did?
No, I did not.
I think you did.
I know that I didn't.
I think you did.
Your Honor, I also have a letter from my work stating that they were posted all throughout my job.
Let me see it. No, I think you did.
Could I look at could I look at what I supposedly did, Your Honor, please?
Sure can.
That is absolutely not my writing. That is absolutely not my writing.
Well, what about
Without
the
benefit of a doubt.
Just a second. What about the letter? Is that your writing?
Oh, the letter is most definitely my
It's the
writing.
same writing.
No, it is not.
Can I please have that back?
That is not, and I did not do that. The police called me up, and I was at home sleeping. I got a phone call from the Garden Grove Police Department in the morning, woke me up.
Okay.
I did not do that, and that is a lie, and I am not a liar.
Whether you did it or whether you caused it to be done, madam, I believe it is my responsibility to weigh by a preponderance of the evidence whether I believe that he has sustained his burden on his counterclaim. I believe that he has.
That is not my writing, and if you want to see me, that is not my writing.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I also have a witness. He's a fellow co-worker that was a witness that I had dropped my keys into the ocean. She had a set of my keys and would not give them back until I gave her money. That's one of the reasons I signed that thing. She still wouldn't give me back my keys.
I don't care why you signed it. You signed it.
You're correct.
Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
You signed it. Now, what were the ramifications of having these things posted around your job?
A lot of humor and a lot of humiliation.
Yeah, I think
so. They were around my work. They were at the local bar that I go to, and they were around my neighborhood. I work with 650 people, and probably half of them are women. So yes, it was
not nice. Absolutely
nice.
not nice.
They had to pull people out of doing their job to go pick up these flyers all over the parking lot. Yeah, I almost lost my job. They were wondering what was going to happen next. They called me up to the front office, wondering should they get a security guard?
Listen.
What's up next?
Okay. You were in a relationship with this lady. It's clear to me you didn't do the right thing.
For 3 months, yes, I was.
You were in a relationship and didn't do the right thing.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
So there are certain things that could happen to you as a result of that. Right? You made her really, really mad. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Really angry. As a result of that being really angry, she retaliated and did this. She's going to pay for that because as far as I'm concerned, I would have awarded her almost $1,800 on her claim. She's going to get nothing on her claim. She's going to get nothing on her claim because if the situation were reversed and you put these signs up around about her, and just because you're a guy and she's the gal doesn't mean that it's any less obnoxious, any less defamatory, any less vulgar. Yes, you did. Judgment on the counterclaim in the amount of $2,500.
Can you please check the numbers? These are my handwriting and figures. Look at how different they are. Look at that is my letter, but the poster's not. These are my figures. There is a phone number on there. Do they match my writing of the totals here? So, ma'am, please look at this because this is wrong.
Sure.
And
I will.
swear to
Listen.
God,
my mind is open.
I did not do that. I would not do that.
My mind is open.
No, I have children and grandchildren, Your Honor, and I would not put that up. No way, no way. There's children that would have seen that. That is not right, and I swear to God I did not do that. I swear to God I did not do that, and they're not even close. I know that's not my writing.
All right. You have opportunity and inclination. You also have a picture of him. You also had a motive to do it because you were really, really angry.
It's not my writing, and that is my writing. That picture, I don't even know. I didn't even really look at the picture. I was looking at the handwriting.
Take a look at the picture.
And I don't even have a picture of him because he took them all and ripped them all up. He is the one that had the picture. And if I wouldn't know better, he took the thing because that is not my writing. I mean, I wish you would call somebody in here to see the signatures because the numbers, I swear, if you look at mine on it says grand total, do you see the number? They're not even close to that.
I see the grand total.
It's not the same, and it's not fair because I didn't do that.
Listen to me. You may not be satisfied. I'm satisfied
Well, can't you see for your own eyes that it doesn't match? They don't match. It's not my writing.
Your problem is...
It's not my writing.
Madam, I'm telling you, I believe that you were so angry for a very good reason that you put up these flyers, and whether you wrote it or whether you had a friend write it or somebody else wrote it, this is what you did. And I'm looking, I'm reading. Do you want me to read what you wrote on this?
To say that I did
Do you want me to read what you wrote on this?
That's scandalous. I think he had those made just to do what he's doing right now. That's what I believe.
Don't make this uglier than you.
But I didn't do it. I
Live
didn't
with you.
do it.
No, this is what you wrote.
Oh, I wrote that, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I'm
Absolutely.
reading, madam.
Upset? Are you out of your mind? Yes, I'm upset. But I would never go to the fire department. I never did that. I swear to God.
I believe you did.
No,
and I'm not going to read this because this is too sick.
Because that's
all.
just right up
You have
his
my
alley.
verdict. Do you understand what the verdict is?
Yes.
Good. Judgment on the counterclaim in the amount of $2,500. Plaintiff gets absolutely nothing. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't understand the verdict. I think that she needs a new pair of glasses.
I'm happy with the judgment. I think it was fair and just.
I think that she accused me of something I know without a benefit of a doubt I did not do.
I'd do anything to get out of this relationship.
I think it's out of control.
I never lived with her, for one thing.
It's absurd.
She needs money.
Look at all the things that he had done to me. He had to do something because he knew he owed me that money.
For the nightmare I went through, that was nothing.
I don't care about this man, but I do care about the bills he left with me and the financial status and all the pain and suffering and the lies and the car damage and everything.
Not getting my keys back, having my car all rekeyed.
Of course he would make those flyers. They'd be right up his alley, pornographic things like that.
No, I didn't. I have proof from my work, bars. I mean, there's 1,000 people that seen that flyer.
The doctor bills I still have to return. And you know what? He still owes me for all of that because he went out with a prostitute. That's why. That's what kind of punk he is.
Don't break the law.
School bus driver Sharon Garcia is suing her daughter, maid Angela Terrell, for unpaid loans. Angela is countersuing for the return of her belongings.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. This is case number 170 on the calendar in the matter of Garcia versus Terrell. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Garcia, the defendant is your daughter.
Yes.
Without going into too much history, there did come a time when, according to you, and I believe that your daughter acknowledges that you loaned her some money for two things. First, for a sofa that she wanted.
Yes.
And then a car loan. Then there came a time when your daughter was having some difficulty. She moved in with you.
Correct.
Is that right? With her children.
Yes.
And she put a lot of her stuff in a storage unit that was in your name.
That's correct.
That's her counterclaim. Her counterclaim is that you locked the storage unit and she can't get her property. Right?
Yes.
How long did you live with your mother?
From October 2001 to February 2nd, 2002.
And when did she lend you the money for the couch?
March 2001.
How much did she lend you at that time?
I believe it came to $26 and some odd dollars, $2,600.
When you moved in with her, what happened to the couch?
Well, when I got laid off and moved out of my apartment, she got a U-Haul, she got a storage unit. We moved everything to that storage unit.
Where is the couch now?
From what I've heard last, that she has moved it out of the storage unit and moved it into her house.
Where's the couch now?
In my basement.
Did you make any payments on the couch?
No.
None?
None. We had an agreement that when I got my income taxes back, because I had a whole year to pay on it, I had till April 2002 to pay for it, that I would give her the money for it.
You don't need the couch, do you?
No.
So you're perfectly happy to return the couch to her if she pays the money?
Correct.
That's fine. That takes care of the couch. Now, what about the car? Did your mother lend you money for a car?
We had leased a car, both her name and then my name, and I was making payments. I was late on it because I was laid off, and she knew I was going to be late, and then...
But the car was for you?
Yes. It was for
And
me.
you told her that you would make the payments?
Yes.
And you didn't?
No. I was late.
So what happened?
Well, I asked her for some money to borrow to pay...
Who's her?
I'm sorry, Rebecca Martin. If I could borrow some money, she lent it to me. Then I paid February's, and then when I went in March on a vacation just to Ohio for a couple days, I had a check in my purse in my car for March's payment. Next morning I woke up and my car was gone. When I got my belongings back, she took the check out of my purse. I found out she took money out of my account of $26.33 out of my account. one for a car payment and one for my couches. But then she asked for the storage key back, so she wouldn't give me my couches anyway, even though she got the money out
Where's
for
the
it.
car?
The car's my possession.
Are you using it?
Yes, I am.
I mean, you're using it for basic transportation for yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so you pay for the car. And the storage stuff, you're prepared to give back to her?
That's correct.
So we've taken care of some of the financial stuff. The car you're going to use, so you'll continue to pay for the car. She's going to give you $2,600 for the sofa. The problem that I have here is that you have children. And I gather that since this incident that happened between you and your mother hasn't seen your children. Why is that?
With everything that I've had a really rough life living in that household and a lot of abuse that was in the house. And I don't want my children around that. I don't want them to go through what I've went through in my life, so I just rather just keep them away. And then she called Protective Services and told them that I punched them in the face. Took the chance on me getting my kids taken away.
Did you ever hit your children?
No, I don't hit that. I don't punch them. I spank my children. I'm not going to lie. I discipline my children.
How old are they?
They are 6 and 3. And I could understand if she was looking out for the welfare of the children. I could get over that. Yeah, she was looking out for the best interest. To sit there and straight up lie to get a chance on... My daughter was pulled out of gym class to be questioned. She was upset about that, and I...
When you hit your children, where do you hit them?
I hit them on their butts.
With what?
My hand.
Anything else?
No, not like her, that she uses a spatula.
I don't think so.
What does your 3-year-old do that inspires you to hit her?
My son?
Your son. Him.
Well, if he's acting bad, throwing a fit, I mean, you know, a normal 3-year-old, you know, mouthy, no. If timeout's not doing it, if he's not staying in his corner, I spank his butt. I paddle his butt.
Paddle it with what?
My hand.
Anything else?
No. That's hard enough. I don't need any objects.
I'm not going to get into that with you, but 3-year-olds have a limited understanding.
A boy at that.
Yeah, well. And if children grow up in violence, that's what happens. So if you grew up in what you allege is a violent household, where you were corporally punished, perhaps you want to rethink your disciplinary mode with your own children, because that perpetuates itself. That doesn't mean that your children who are used to their grandmother shouldn't see her even for a couple of hours every other Sunday, because now that you're angry with each other, what caused this rift? You want to tell me?
Well, it was a domestic violence charge upon her for cutting my face on February 2nd of 2002.
What did she cut your face with?
Her fingernail.
You had a fight?
Yes.
I was fighting her off of me.
About what?
She put my grandson in allowed him to go to her ex-boyfriend's
his father
house, who she said that she would not allow him to go over there because in 2000 he took my grandson away from her and wouldn't give him back, was trying to sue her for custody. And she called me up crying, wanting me to help her get my grandson out of the home. So I went over there with her and got the child out of the home with the police, and she said that she would never let him have see his son again. Well, as time went by, she forgave him and she allowed him to see him, but she said she wouldn't leave him alone with him because of all that he has put her through. She didn't want him to see that. So in 2000 of this year, 2002, February 2nd, she let him go over there because we were all sick in the home. I had bronchitis, she was sick, and my grandson was sick, and she wanted to get some sleep. So she let him go over there without her supervision. And I said, I thought you weren't going to allow him to go over there. And we got into an argument, and then she went into a rage, and she cut my face.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
They want to see her. They send her letters. They write her letters. And I want
I've not
that.
received any letters.
She goes off.
Listen, don't fight. I'm trying to make it better.
And later today,
there was no necessarily written contracts or anything of that.
Get to what she owes you money for, sir. I already got that part of the story. I finished with that. What does she owe you money for? What do you think? I don't remember my question? I'm not that old.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Garcia says her daughter, Angela Terrell, owes for several unpaid loans. Angela says her mother won't return her belongings.
You think it's a smart idea not to let your children see their grandmother?
With her husband in the house, yes.
What do you mean with her husband? You think it's okay with her husband?
I don't want my children around her husband, really. I mean, I'm not really too worried about her. I mean, as long as she doesn't hit him with spatulas or cutting boards or whatever.
What if she just sees him in the park?
Yeah, that's fine. It's supervised visitations. It's
Why don't
fine.
you just see him in the park? It's just, she was part of their lives.
I understand, and my kids miss her terribly. And I hate it, but...
Not for you or not for her.
I know.
But really
for the children. I know. They want to see her. They send her letters. They write her letters. And I want
I have not
that.
received any letters.
Well, isn't there a park where you could meet?
Yes. But with, we have a no contact order, and we have a I can't have any negative contact with her. And the way she goes off, just talking.
I mean, isn't there somebody else that you could arrange? And I can't fashion such an order. You can only do that between yourselves.
But I still can't have negative contact.
Listen, don't fight. Okay. I'm trying to make it better. I can't fashion that order. That's not currently before me. But isn't there someone else? I don't know who this lady is.
Her neighbor's a sheriff for Oakland County.
Somebody else who could just pick up the kids,
yes.
Go to the park, let her spend a couple of hours with the kids a couple of times a month on a Sunday. Can't you arrange that? Be a good mother.
I'm trying.
Okay? Be a good mother. Because listen, I mean, it's sort of classic. You're not an unintelligent young woman, but it's really sort of classic. You say you were raised in a house where there was physical abuse, and then you corporally punish your own children. Okay? That perpetuates itself from one generation to another.
I don't want it no more.
So the children need the widest possible community of people that they're familiar with. And good, bad, or indifferent, they're familiar with their grandmother. They lived with her. She's taken care of them at various times, I'm sure. And so now they've been cut off. It's not a good thing for their overall development. So be a good mother. See if you can work something out so that the kids can see their grandmother. Reasonable?
Was it supervised?
Reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. And your mother wouldn't mind that as long as she can see them, because it's not really for her, it's for the children.
Correct.
Okay. So all the property, all of your property is going to be returned within 5 days. You owe your mother $2,600 for the couch because you're going to get it back. So the judgment is for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I did not abuse my daughter. She was not brought up in an abusive home.
It's hurting my children. She's trying to hurt me, and it's hurting my children.
I did everything out of love to help her out.
Every time I'm with her or around her, I've been brought pain.
20-year-old receptionist Adriana Arias is suing former friend, 22-year-old chef Nicholas Arrieta, for stealing money from her bank account.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 189 on the calendar in the matter of Arias versus Arrieta. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have seats, please.
Miss Arias, for some reason only known to you and those nearest and dearest to you and some being up there, you were dumb enough to give the defendant your ATM card and your PIN number. He is neither related to you by blood or marriage, correct?
Correct.
And it is your claim that without your permission, because you gave it to him for one thing, because he needed gas for his car and he didn't have any money. Mm-hmm. And without your knowledge and permission, he emptied out your bank account and just kept using your card. And you want your money back.
Yes.
Mr. Arrieta says that he did, in fact, take money out of your ATM, using your ATM card. And he took money out of your bank account. And he took it out to pay for a variety of things. And he did it with your permission, because you gave him the card and said, whatever you need, just don't shake your head, please. Whatever you need, here's my card, and you can take it out. That's your position. Is that right, Mr. Arrieta?
Yes, it is.
And how much money did you, in fact, take out of her ATM?
I believe it was around $750, and up could have been.
700. Did you understand what he said after $750?
And up it could have been.
And up it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Up it could have been. Is that some sort of language that I'm not aware of?
Could have been more.
It could have been more. That I do understand.
Okay.
How much money did he withdraw from your bank account?
A total of $1,103. 104, I'm sorry. With 33 cents.
$1,104.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Arrieta, he's not exactly sure. He said it could have been $750 and up from there.
Yeah. Well, he pulled out a bunch of receipts. He should know.
First, I'd like you to tell me how you know him.
We've been friends for about 6 years now. We went to high school together since freshman year. We've never had problems, always got along just fine. There's times where we don't see each other, times we do run into each other.
I don't need a whole story.
Yeah.
That's how you've been friends.
Yeah, we've been friends.
Do you work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a receptionist at a hospital.
How long have you been employed as a receptionist at a hospital?
For about 10 months now.
And you have a responsible job?
Yeah.
You go to work every day?
Sure.
And you take your paycheck and you pay your bills?
Yes.
Put your money in your account? You went to the bank and opened up a checking account? Is that right?
Yes.
And they gave you a secret PIN number? And they were very careful when they gave you a secret PIN number. You know, they made you go like this.
Yeah.
You know, so that the lady who was, or man who was giving you the PIN number, they couldn't see what you were doing.
Yeah.
Now tell me why you were dumb enough to give Mr. Arrieta your ATM card and your PIN number.
Basically,
Not basically. Tell me exactly.
The reason why.
Yes.
The reason why is because he had called saying that, you know, he and my sister here had a previous relationship where she had a kid out of the relationship and a paternity test was never done. Now, he won a settlement. He was in an accident a while ago. He won a settlement and he called on the 19th saying, I have the money now. I want to pay for this, you know, the blood test to get done, the paternity test. So when he called, he didn't have the money. He had to go pick it up at his lawyer's office. And when he called me, it's because he needed the money to put gas in his car to get there, which was out of town.
So he came over to your house?
No, I was at work. But he came to my house because he had previously tried to borrow my sister's credit card.
And did you tell him when you wanted him to return the car?
I told him to return it that same evening when I got out of work, which he agreed because he was going to come by.
All right, Mr. Arrieta, now I'd like to hear your version of the events, sir.
Well, I've known the defendant
I want you to.
I've known the defendant for several years, as she explained. I did have relations with her sister. It wasn't
I'm not interested about her sister and your relations with her sister.
The day that I asked for the card, I went to her sister. Her sister gave me a card which didn't work. It was declined. And then so...
What did you go to her sister's house for? To get a card for what?
To get a card for... I told her I needed some money, that I didn't have no money for the weekend. So she said, well, I'll give you some money. Because my thinking was because she thinks...
I don't care what you were thinking, sir.
Well, I asked her for some money.
I don't think that you think.
I asked her for some money, and she was willing to give me some money. Her card declined. That's when I called her and I told her.
Called who?
Called Priscilla.
Put your hand down. When did you call her?
I called her. I never had to call her. Priscilla had told me to go straight to her work, that her sister was willing to give me the card.
When you got there, did you see Adriana?
Yes, I did.
And tell me exactly what happened when you saw Adriana.
When I saw her, she smiled at me, gave me a hug. Hey, how you been? I miss you. It's been a long time. Spoke for a little bit about things, and then...
No, tell me what you spoke about.
We spoke about her nephew, which she claims to be my son.
No, what did you say and what did you say?
I said hello. She said hello back. And that was basically...
I want you to think hard.
For the card?
No, think hard. Think hard. You said hi, she said hi, gave you a big hug, and then she said what?
She didn't say nothing. I asked her how her job was going.
And she said?
She said it was going great. She works at the eye doctor.
And then you said?
I came over here to get the card that your sister told me to get because hers declined. She gave me her card and her PIN number.
And then where did you go?
Immediately after that, I went to go get repairs for my truck. Went to get a cell phone.
What, are you an idiot? Are you stupid?
No.
What?
No.
Do you come from a long line of idiots?
No, I didn't.
What?
No.
What kind of work do you do?
Me? I don't work.
Me.
I'm a chef.
Me.
Me?
I know what I do for a living. I know what he does for a living. I want to know what you do for a living. I don't want to know what this idiot does for a living because he can't keep a straight face. I want to know what you do for a living.
I'm a part-time chef.
So that means you work in a restaurant?
I work voluntarily sometimes here and there for
You work
weddings.
voluntarily, so who takes care of you?
I'm sorry?
What word don't you understand, Mr. Arias, that I just said?
Can you repeat the question?
Who takes care of you?
I live with my parents.
How old are you?
22.
What does your father do?
He's a machinist.
And your mother?
She doesn't work. She's a housewife.
And you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
My brother's 26, my sister's 23.
Is your brother living at home?
No, he's not.
What does mean? Are you thinking of the answers?
Yeah, because sometimes he
Try
tries
not to think. Try not to think of the answers. Try just to tell the truth.
Yes, he does.
Good. He lives out of the house.
Yes.
And your sister
She also lives out of the house.
lives out of that. She's 23.
Correct. 23.
All right. And is she married?
No.
Is she working?
Yes.
What kind of work does she do?
She works as a receptionist for a doctor.
And how long has she been living out of the house?
6 years.
And your brother, how long has he been living out of the house?
4 years.
So the only one that can't get their act together is you.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why you would want to tie yourself to this idiot for forever by forcing him to have a paternity test, I will never know whether he is the father, whether he's not the father. The guy's a jerk.
And later today,
Where's the phone?
We don't have it anymore. She said that we were not going to get the phone back, that she got to the phone before we did, and that he's dead.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Adriana Arias says former friend Nicholas Arrieta used her ATM card to steal from her account. Nicholas says he had permission to take the money.
Now, you take from your parents, you consider that their responsibility to support you. Is that right?
No, that's not the way I feel.
Well, then why do you continue to take from them?
I don't take from them.
Of course you do.
No.
Do you pay for the electricity in the house?
If I have money, I will pay for it.
How do you have money if you don't work? Is not an answer.
Part-time.
Part-time what?
When I do part-time chef, when I do cooking, sometimes
When
for
was
weddings.
when was the last time you did part-time
2 weeks
work?
ago.
For whom?
For a friend.
Friend's name, telephone number.
George.
George what? And what kind of cooking did you do for George? What is his phone number?
Should I give you the whole food meal, the course of
No,
what I cooked?
what kind of work did you do for him? At a
I
restaurant?
cooked. No, I
Where?
cooked. At his home.
Oh, you went to his house?
Yep.
Why you would want him to declare the father of a goldfish, I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue.
My son's 4 now, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, but why you would want to tie yourself to this idiot for forever by forcing him to have a paternity test, I will never know whether he is the father, whether he's not the father. As far as I'm concerned, you made a mistake. Write it off. Write it off. The guy's a jerk. However, he's a jerk that owes your sister $1,104. Judgment of the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I called him and, you know, I'll call you back. Never called back, so I kind of figured something was up.
It was a gift, so why should I pay her back?
He's basically worthless. He has nothing going for himself, and he brought this upon himself.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sharon versus Johnston. Step forward, please.
18-year-old student Courtney Sharon is suing her former co-worker, 25-year-old animal hospital manager Felicia Johnston, for destroying her homecoming gown.
Miss Sharon, according to your complaint, you loaned the defendant a dress. It was a formal dress that you had worn to your homecoming party or something, some other such thing. And she returned it eventually ruined. You want her to pay $500. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I returned
And Miss I didn't ask you anything yet. And Miss Johnston, is your claim that you believe that she didn't want the dress back when she ultimately said she wanted it back, you put it in a bag, and you gave it back to her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you lend her the dress? Under what circumstances did you lend her the dress, and when did you ask for it back?
I lent her the dress. It was around August of 2001 when she was hired at the clinic, and she was my
What
boss.
clinic?
Talgie Road Veterinary Clinic. It's a member of the Pet's Choice Company. They have
So
clinics.
she was hired at the same place that you were working?
Yes.
How come she asked you for a dress? Tell me
There
when.
was a Pet's Choice event that she needed a formal gown for, and of the people who worked at the clinic, I was most close to her size, I guess.
Where were you when she asked? I mean,
we
you
were at
alone?
work. So
Were you? I know you have a fixed agenda. Listen to me. Did she come to you individually and ask you for a dress, or did she say to a group of people, anybody have a dress I can borrow?
it was in a group setting, but she asked me specifically.
And you said?
I said, as long as you return it dry cleaned in the condition that I loaned it to you, which didn't seem like it would be that difficult to do, then I don't mind.
Fine.
You know, I really didn't want to, but she's my boss, so.
How many times had you worn it?
I had worn it once for about 3 hours, and it had been dry cleaned afterwards and kept in a cedar closet, wrapped
Is that
up.
the way you gave it to the defendant?
Yes. I have photographs of the dress, you know, what it looked like when I loaned it to you.
And
when did you first ask for it back?
About 2 weeks after she wore it, and she said that it was at the dry cleaners, which I assumed to be a pretty logical explanation to where the dress was.
Okay, good. And so you asked for it 2 weeks later, and then again?
Again, about a month later, and then not 2 months later, and 3 months later. And in the meantime, she started to sabotage my job, and I quit. And at that point, I really got after her about getting it back, and she kept saying it was at the dry cleaners. She wasn't real specific.
Let me see the dress. Bert, could I
if you
see
look at
dress,
the bottom hem, she pulled it down and then tried to hot glue it back together, and the lining is ripped.
Bert, would you hand this back to the plaintiff and ask her to point out on the dress where it's ruined?
Thank you. There's little rips and tears in the fabric, but the thing
No, I want you to show me exactly where.
Okay.
The big thing that you're talking about is what?
If you look at the bottom hem, it's totally seared off right here, and it's been let go. There's a big rip right there, and the hem has been let down and then tried to reattach with hot glue.
She's shorter than you are.
I don't know why she would do this.
Listen to me. She put a hem on your dress.
Yes, with hot glue. And also, there's these huge rips in the lining.
Well, she did that because she couldn't shorten the dress without cutting the lining.
Yeah, and
right?
then there's a big old rip right here.
I can't hem. I can't sew.
Apparently
I have no
not, because
creative.
she used hot glue to hem.
I'm not speaking to you.
Yeah.
I have no creative bone in my body. I didn't hem it. I wear big heels.
Just a second.
Okay.
Clearly the dress was, somebody attempted to make the dress shorter. Could have been Velcro that somebody tried to iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
There was in the lining right there, because when I stepped up on a step, I had on big heels and I did step on the lining and it did tear the lining.
So then you tried to fix it.
That was the only thing that was torn was the lining. And I did try to fix the lining, yes. But since it's mesh, you can't really sew it.
Would you like to see
Yes.
this?
Now let me take a look.
And if I can have my mom, she'll testify to the condition it was returned in. The dress,
Well, I see it now. You didn't have it
out
clean.
the way that it looked.
You didn't have it clean, did you?
No.
Oh.
She didn't either.
Oh, I see what happened. Your heel went through the dress.
Right.
It's happened to me.
If she would have
I
just
was wearing my own
fessed
dress.
up, it would have been
held
okay.
in short.
Okay. Here you go. Thank you. Give it back to her. Okay. How did she return it to you?
It was wadded up in a plastic grocery bag, and it wasn't handed to me. It was thrown at me by Sandy.
Okay.
And
Who's
she
Sandy?
told me
This
she didn't
one?
want to hear anything else about the
Yes,
damn
ma'am.
dress.
This is Sandy.
This is Sandy.
And it was given to you in a shopping bag, grocery bag.
Right.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, I'll hear from you.
Basically, I was invited to a play that we had to do for work. And we were in my office, and we were discussing that I needed a dress. Never asked anybody for a dress. I have one at home that I was talking about. I just needed a shawl. The next day, she came in with a dress that had a shawl, and she said, I have this one. She is known for kissing up and what have you with the doctors that had worked there before I got there. So she brought me in this dress, and I was like, well, you know, I don't feel comfortable borrowing a dress. And she said, well, don't worry about it. I don't wear it anymore. I've only worn it once. So I borrowed it. A week later, I borrowed it. It was at home. A week later, she asked me about it, and I said, yes, I was going to get it dry cleaned for you. There was no agreement beforehand. I said, yes, I was going to get it dry cleaned for you. She said, don't worry about it. I won't ever wear it again anyway.
You ultimately returned the dress to her in a shopping bag.
Yes.
Wrong!
Right. No, you're right. You're exactly right.
That's why I'm here.
Right. But
that's why I'm here. You borrow a dress, you do the responsible thing. If you're the responsible adult, and she's the young associate, you do the responsible thing. You borrow a dress, you wear it, you take it to the cleaners, you have it cleaned, and you return it.
Right.
Now, you were probably embarrassed because you would rip the dress, sort of let it slide. That doesn't mean that your dress, Miss Sharon, appreciates in value. It's not an antique. Let me explain something to you. You didn't spend $500 for that dress.
I spent more than that. I have records and everything.
Oh, well, I'd like to see.
Okay,
I'd like to see the bill and the check that you wrote for that dress for $500.
We don't have the bill and the check because you can't return formal gowns, but about a week ago, my grandmother went to the Jessica McClintock store.
Listen to me.
Yes.
I want to see your check or a paid bill for how much you paid for the dress.
Your Honor, Sandy was there. I asked Courtney, I said, okay, it was a misunderstanding. When I asked you or told you about the dress, she said, don't worry about it. I won't ever wear it again. So I didn't. I mean, I honestly didn't. I go to work. I go to school. I have a 3.5-year-old.
I don't care.
Whatever. Yeah. So anyways, so she told me the dress was $150. The dress was $150. Sandy heard it. So I said, okay, well, since it was a misunderstanding, I'll pay you $75. That was before she quit. I went to a meeting 2 days later. I get a call from my receptionist, whoever, saying that Courtney never showed back up for work again, blah, 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 blah. Her mother starts calling saying she's a marketing saleswoman and needs the number to my corporate office. They're writing letters, trying to get my corporation to pay for it. The dress went from $150 to $300 to $500 to $700.
She ruined the dress.
Exactly.
She ruined the dress. She didn't ruin the dress on purpose, by the way, by putting her heel through it.
No, of course
not. She didn't ruin it on purpose, but if she would have said to you immediately, listen, I ruined the dress. There's no point in having it cleaned because you're not going to be able to wear it because you're taller than I am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be, unless you put beading all around the bottom or something else, which you could do. I mean, if you ever wanted to wear this dress again, you can do it. There is a way of fixing it. But that would
we need to
involve
talk
you.
because I do want to do that.
What?
I would, if I could in any way salvage this gown.
Oh, you can salvage it.
Yes.
Believe me, I've looked at it. Other than the bottom, which you need because you're a little tall. I'm speaking. Don't you understand when I'm speaking? I'm not interested in what you're saying. And neither is he. You can save that dress if that's what you want. And I believe you can save that dress for $250. You can put a nice border on the bottom and have it clean for $25, and then you have a brand new dress that you put back. So I'm giving you a judgment for $250 because I think that the dress is worth at least that in salvage. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's really sad when adults can't take responsibility for their actions.
Courtney would show up harassing my clinic, harassing my clients.
I wore it with my high school sweetheart. It had a lot of special meaning to me.
She says she was with her high school sweetheart and she's had more than I can count.
She started to blackmail me. She started writing bad letters about me to the company and bad-mouthing me to the other employees.
She quit working for me because she wanted to be a beer tub girl at a club, and she was doing ecstasy and drinking on the side as well.
I guess now I'm going to have to be more suspicious of people, whether they seem to be responsible adults or not, because sometimes they aren't.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Higgs versus Culpepper. Step forward, please.
20-year-old college student Jennifer Higgs is suing former roommate, 18-year-old student Chantel Culpepper, for destroying her personal property. Chantal denies the charges.
Ms. Higgs, you and the defendant had been college roommates. Is that right? There were 3 girls in your suite?
No, there were 4.
According to your complaint, you had the defendant and at least one of the other gals moved out of the suite because you believed that one or both of them were involved in stealing some of your property.
Yes.
That's not what the lawsuit is about. The lawsuit is about some property of yours that was later vandalized.
Yes.
And you believe that the defendant was responsible for that. And there were 4 girls in the room.
Well, it was more like an apartment with 3 bedrooms. I had a single bedroom with myself. Chantal shared a room with Jasmine, and then there was another roommate named Michelle, who had her own room.
Now, there came a time when you found some of your items missing and then later found your ATM card missing. And when you subsequently went to check, there was some $1,400 missing.
Yes.
Now, what made you think that the defendant and or this other young lady were involved in taking your credit card?
Because that occurred during February of this year. In January, our other roommate, Michelle, had moved out. So basically, it was myself, Chantal, and Jasmine who were in the apartment.
And you made a report of that?
Yes.
To whom?
To the campus police.
What happened as a result of that?
The bank took a while to get back to the detective, and they only keep the video for about a month. And by the time the bank got back to the detective, the tape was already erased.
Well, since there was really no proof that they had taken your credit card, tell me on what authority you believe they were in fact evicted from the apartment.
Well, basically we weren't getting along. Other things became stolen. Shower products were being used. My food was constantly being eaten.
Okay. So they left. Now, what kind of damage was done to your things in the apartment?
The new handle was broken off of my bedroom door. It had been locked when I left. All the wires to the electrical things in my room were cut, like my TV, my PlayStation, my clock radio. Yes, it was actually cut.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jennifer Higgs says former college roommate Chantal Culpepper vandalized her property by cutting the cords to her electronic equipment.
When had the girls been evicted from the apartment?
Earlier that day, Chantal was helping Jasmine move her things out, but Chantal's stuff was still in the apartment when they left.
Was the front door to the apartment, was that locked when you came home?
Yes.
Other than the key that you had and that Chantal had and that Jasmine had, did anyone else have a key to your apartment other than management?
No.
You have any documentation for me, photographs or anything
Yes,
else?
I do have
I'd like to
photographs
see, please.
of the actual night. And I also have police reports.
See the photographs first. Okay, Ms. Culpepper, now I'll hear you.
All right. First of all, we was friends, we was cool, we threw her a birthday party, you know, went out, hung out, everything. We didn't find out about the credit card until housing told us, and Jennifer had been going about writing down reports and everything, and we thinking that we was cool, you know what I'm saying? We were just friends.
Let's get to the day that her property came up vandalized.
We wasn't under the impression that her property was vandalized because we had moved, Jasmine had helped me move out later on that night because we was already being kicked out of that apartment due to her saying that we was wasn't getting along.
Are you living together, the two of you?
No.
You still friends?
Yes.
Have you remained friends?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. One of the two of you cut the wires in her room.
No, we did not.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. You were angry.
About what?
About what? About being evicted from the apartment. 3 keys.
My wire was cut
3
too.
keys. I don't believe that she cut the wires on her own property and broke down her door. The police report indicates that the front door to the apartment, which was opened with a key, was not damaged. The only door lock that was damaged was the door to her room. The only people that were angry about the situation, as you've just described, you thought everything was cool, everything was wonderful, and all of a sudden you're evicted, were the two of you. The problem is, she doesn't know which one of you did it, or which one of your boyfriends did it, or whoever was helping you move did it. She doesn't know that. But it's clear to me that one of the two of you know who did it. No question in my mind, madam.
Okay. But like I
Good.
said, we was moving out that night. Nothing was wrong with the apartment when we left.
So you mean somebody else just went in there?
No, she has the window onto the balcony. Anybody could have broke in there. She could have came in there.
Let me tell you why nobody
No,
did
no.
that, except the two of you. Because if they came in to steal something, they would have come in and taken the property. They didn't take it. All they did was vandalize it so she couldn't use it. Now, that's done by somebody who doesn't like her. Do we understand each other?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Well, then, what year in college are you?
I'm a freshman, going on to
Well,
my
maybe
sophomore.
you'll understand when you're a junior. What made you choose this defendant as opposed to suing both of them?
Because with the front door, it actually records whose key was used.
Oh, and what time they used it?
Yes, I have a report from school that shows the times that she entered it. She entered 5 times while I was gone that night.
So that's why you chose her.
Yeah.
Are you user 1 or 2?
I don't know. They never gave me a copy of that. They said that was only for the plaintiff. They never gave me no information on
Well, let me give you this. You are user 2.
I was moving that night along with Jasmine helping me. So I had to come in and out the door. We are not allowed to keep the door open.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I did use my key.
Mm-hmm.
When I came home, my wire was cut off my TV.
Did you make a report of that?
Yes, I did.
When?
May 12th.
The first report that you made that you had vandalized property was May 12th?
Mm-hmm.
This happened April 12th.
Okay.
So after they said her room was vandalized, you said my property was vandalized too?
Yeah, that's the whole reason
What
why
I'm
I
saying
moved.
to you is before you knew that her property was vandalized, when you first saw your TV wire cut, did you immediately call housing and say somebody's
No, I did
vandalized
not.
my... Of course not. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $370. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I went to my new apartment. All of a sudden, her wires come up missing and cut and vandalized. That girl knows she did it.
Why would I cut my own cord?
She's gone in the head or something. I don't know why she didn't like if we was cool with her.
Anything personal, keep it locked some way real safe because something like this could happen.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sanford Keogh versus Ames. Step forward, please.
Parquet Joanne Sanford Keogh is suing her former friend, 25-year-old transportation worker Kenneth Ames, for an unpaid loan for bail. Joanne claims she bailed Kenneth out of jail when he was arrested after a high-speed chase.
Miss Keogh, the defendant was a friend of the family, and you claim that he owes you $1,500 for bail.
That's correct.
He seems to say, I don't know what she's talking about. Right?
Correct.
So we're going to find out. How do you know him?
I know Kenneth through my husband. My husband introduced me to Kenneth maybe about 6, 7 years ago. And since then, we've been doing favors for Kenneth for I don't know how long. On March 4th, 2001, I got a phone call from the jail saying he needed to be bailed out. It was Kenneth. And I told him then, I said, I don't have any money. I said, so I can't bail you out. He goes, oh, well, I have the money. So as soon as you bail me out, I'll write a promissory note to the bondman that I'll pay. I said, well, okay, you get that together with them, and then you call me back. In the meantime, I got 4 other phone calls from the bail bond saying, okay, it's been arranged, the third party's paid the money, all we need is the signature. So I talked to Kenneth again on the phone after that, and I tell him again, I said, Kenneth, are you sure you're going to be able to pay? I said, because I don't have any money and I'm not going to be able to pay this. Oh yeah, I can pay. You know, I have your rent money, I have the car money, so forth and so on. This is what he was saying. So I signed for him.
So you guaranteed his bail?
Yeah.
You didn't actually put out any money?
No.
But you signed as a guarantor?
Right.
Let me see the paperwork. I'll get to you in a minute, Kenneth.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Joanne Sanford Keogh is suing her former friend, Kenneth Ames, for an unpaid loan for bail. Joanne claims she bailed Kenneth out of jail when he was arrested after a high-speed chase.
What were you arrested for, Kenneth?
Disrespect for public safety.
What?
Disrespect for public safety.
And you had got $25,000 bail for that?
Correct.
Tell me the facts underlying that case, Kenneth.
The facts underlining, pulled over at a bad timing, unfortunately without a license at the time. Did an unfortunate thing of taking the police for a drive. I kind of went on a high-speed pursuit for a couple of cities, places, here's and there's, and at the end of it...
Was this the first time you were arrested, Kenneth?
Correct, it was.
It's the first time you were arrested?
No. Excuse me.
No,
I'm sorry.
Kenneth. Don't fib to Mother Nature.
Okay, yeah, I've been arrested before, true. But have I been incarcerated before, prior?
I asked you if you'd been arrested before.
Okay, arrested, yes.
What kind of work do you do, Kenneth?
Caltrans.
What is that?
Road work. Work on the freeways, clean up, pick up.
Okay, so now I see what's left on this bail is $1,450. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Who made the payment of $90?
Kenneth made that one payment.
Just a minute. And then I see another $25 payment.
I made that payment out of my personal account after they called me on my job, harassing me, telling me they were going to garnish my wages and so forth.
So he really owes you $1,475.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll hear from you, Mr. Ames.
As her story goes, correct, I was bailed out of jail. I already knew I was in there. I could either be OR'd without having a record prior to my name, so I figured if I even sat in there, it did not matter. But yet the fact of friends and other people that I knew said that I shouldn't sit in there due to the fact that anything could happen at any time. My employment could go down the tubes. So to get out of there.
What's the name of that comedian that talks and you can't understand him? Foster Brooks?
That's the one that acts drunk.
I don't have a clue as to what this man is saying to me. You want to start again?
You cannot understand what I say,
I
excuse me?
cannot understand a word of this defense. Not a word.
Here, let me start over then.
Good.
As you know, Miss Keogh did not put up any money. Other people all came together to bail me out. All she had to do was sign to say that it would get paid. When I got out, I paid all the people back. Now, the remaining balance, I was told Miss Keogh was asked to make a payment for some reason. Then when I found out it was a $25 payment, which the payments were $90, I mean, Petty called me up telling me, I just paid your whole payment for you this month. You didn't pay me a payment, you paid $25. That's barely a quarter of the payment. Stop there. I'll make sure that the rest of it gets paid. It was paid off totally in full.
You have proof of that, sir?
Unfortunately, the person who did the payment off, his wife has the receipt. I cannot get in contact with her because he is gone right now.
No, all you have to do is go to the bail bondsman.
They have all my numbers. They knew when I lived with my mom when I also got out.
To me.
If I owed a prior balance.
Pay careful attention to what I just said. You said somebody else paid off the remaining balance.
So there was no balance.
But their wife is having a baby and is
none of
in
that.
Saskatchewan, whatever. So you couldn't get the receipt. So I said to you, that's your defense, that it was paid by somebody else and that there is no balance. You go to the bail bondsman and you say, I'm going to court next week. Can I please have a statement showing zero balance?
They say they don't need to show a statement because it's all gone. Their computer shows no record of Kenneth Ames. I have no balance with them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I owe them nothing.
You work full-time?
Yes.
You on salary?
No.
You get any kind of assistance? Is that what you're working for?
No.
You work for nothing?
No, I do not work for nothing.
Well, what do you work for?
Caltrans. You know what Caltrans is? California
Transit.
Well, that's what he said. That's why I asked him if he
Service.
got a salary, and he said no.
It's not a salary. I get paid by the hour. Ask it hourly wage, not a salary. Salary would be a set pay, huh?
I do understand Foster Brooks.
You do?
Yeah, him I understand.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you're working. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,475. Thank you, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Caltrans? Yeah.
Hey, I'm there every day. I keep my job and I keep myself safe.
High-speed pursuit in cities? Yeah, right.
I was in jail. I didn't have to toss up a penny.
Friends just bailing you out just because they want to save their job. If you don't have a job, they can't save one.
चलो भाई यहाँ पे अपने लोग आ चुके हैं ये देख लेते हैं भाई ये है अपना वाव मोड एंड वाव मोड का मतलब ब्रेन रोड एंड ब्रेन रोड में भाई क्या ही चल रहा है मतलब कि ये अलग ही है मतलब कुछ ग्लिच हो गया भाई देख सकते हो ये मेरा भाई है ब्रेन रोड वाला मैप और इसमें कुछ अलग ही हो रहा है क्या हो रहा है मुझे खुद को नहीं पता बट कुछ तो हो रहा है भाई मुझे भी नहीं पता चलो देख लेते हैं ये इसमें आना है बस गोली मारते रहना है और टाइम बर्बाद करना है ठीक है मेरे पास इस टाइम 4.7 बिलियन कॉइन है जिसमें हम कुछ घंटा भी नहीं ले सकते तो मेरे यहाँ पे ये क्या है ये कोई भी आके ले रहा है कैसे कैसे इसको ले लेता हूँ मैं इसको भी कर देता हूँ मैं इसको मैंने कुछ करा नहीं और इसको उठा के चल देता हूँ यहाँ से मैं ये मेरा ही बेस है पर ये पता नहीं कैसे कर ले रहे हैं मेरे को नहीं पता कैसे मतलब ले जा रहे हैं और ये मेरा बेस होने के बाद ये ग्लिच हो गया है तो अपने लोग चलते हैं देख सकते हो ये मेरा बेस है और ये इसका भी बेस है दोनों का बेस है ये ठीक है तो चलते हैं बाहर चलते हैं फिलहाल में और दोबारा से स्टार्ट करेंगे अभी एक और मैच और देख लेते हैं कैसा रहने वाला है ठीक है जैसे हमने एक और मैच स्टार्ट कर दिया यहाँ पे देख सकते हो ये स्टार्ट हो गया है और सबसे टॉप पे जो बंदा देखने को मिल जाएगा उसका नाम है भैरव ठीक है 876 ट्रिलियन है भाई इस पे 876 ट्रिलियन ठीक है 1 ट्रिलियन नहीं है यहाँ पे उसके पास देखो भाई अलग ही है मतलब टॉप पे एकदम अब ये वाला जो आया है ये शायद से अपना ही होगा देख लेते हैं ओके ये तो मैंने भेज दिया अब यहाँ देख सकते हैं किसी को मारूंगा तो कोई आएगा क्या ठीक है ठीक है ये आ गया ठीक है हाँ अभी गिलिच फिक्स हो गया ठीक है भाई अब चेंज नहीं करूँगा ये गिलिच जैसे तैसे फिक्स हुआ है ठीक है तो चलो भाई अभी जैसे तैसा अरे भाई सुनो वो ग्लिच हो जाता है वो क्या होता है कि वो बेस किसी और का होता है पर तुम्हारा भी नाम दिखाई देता है मैंने भी अभी स्विच करा है ना जैसे बाहर निकल के दूसरा ज्वाइन करा है तब जाके सही हुआ है
अरे आ गया मेरे पास
हाँ
सही हो गया
वही ये गड़बड़ जब तक वो बंदा बाहर नहीं निकलेगा ना तब तक तुम्हारा नहीं होगा ऐसा रहता है
चोर वगैरह तो नहीं है ना इसको?
भाई फिलहाल मैं तो नहीं हूँ, बाकी नहीं कह सकते, मेरे पास तो खुद कुछ नहीं है। देख लो,
अरे हमको भी दो, कहाँ है?
देखो किसी को कुछ चाहिए हो तो मेरे से ले जा सकते हो, इधर पड़ा हुआ है बहुत सामान, ठीक है, मतलब ले जाओ तो ले जाना, देख लेना, मैं अभी इकट्ठा और कर रहा हूँ। ठीक, कितने लेवल हो गए ब्रो तुम्हारा?
सुबह मेरे पास बेस, मेरा बेस
ब्रो नाम बता दो, तुम्हारे बेस से कुछ नहीं उठाऊंगा फिर।
अरे वो ऊपर में
देख लेते हैं भाई, मैं जा देख लेते हैं। मुझे तो 6-7 चाहिए यार, 6-7 मिल जाए। ये किसी का तो है, ये अंकुश, अंकुश के पे तो बहुत 6-7 है भाई। भाई इन्हें तो पूरा भर रखा है यार 6-7 से। हाँ हाँ ब्रो,
अबे आराम से भागो न बे, कहाँ भाग
हाँ हाँ आ रहे, चलो 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 देखते हैं, आ जाओ आ जाओ। अरे भाई भाई बहुत 6-7 है, ले जा सकते हैं क्या ब्रो?
ले जाओ, मेरा बेस, मेरा बैग में 3
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है भाई, थैंक यू। देखो उठा नहीं पा रहे भाई, उठा नहीं पा रहे भाई, उठा नहीं पा रहे पता नहीं।
अरे वो हम एक्सेस दिए है ना, इसीलिए एक्सेस दिए हैं, इसीलिए नहीं उठा पा रहे हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक 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 ठीक।
सुनो देखो, तुमको ना बेस को अपग्रेड करना है। ऊपर देखो ये ऑप्शन है, गो होम के पास अपग्रेड दिख रहा है। गो होम कहाँ है? अबे ऊपर में राइट साइड मैप के बगल में अपग्रेड है, अपग्रेड वहाँ पे। उसके बाद तुम वहाँ पे क्लिक करो, वहाँ पे तुमको दिखाएगा तुमको कौन कौन सा मारना है। इधर आओ। किधर है? वह दूसरा है, अपने अपने बेस पे रहो। किधर गया यार
भाई?
वहाँ पे क्लिक करो ना, गो
भाई टाइम भी हो गया मतलब खत्म, लेकिन अभी भी नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ।
तो हम तुम्हारे बेस में लेके रख देंगे।
अच्छा अच्छा थैंक यू ब्रो, ट्रैकर नाम है, ठीक है रख देना भाई।
यहाँ से आएगा ना, उसको मारना है, ठीक है? मारो अपना यूजी से और अपना वहाँ जाओ, अपना बेस में को कलेक्ट करो और गन को अपग्रेड करो। देखो गैलरी के पास में एक ऑप्शन आया होगा, फायर आर्म का ऑप्शन होगा, ठीक है? क्या नाम था भाई तुम्हारा?
ट्रैकर, ट्रैकर Z1 ट्रैकर। सामने ही है ब्रो, सामने ही है, आगे राइट वाला है, ठीक है? सामने से
ये वाला
राइट वाला, हाँ आगे 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 उस साइड पे।
तो सब ग्लिच करके लेके
इधर नहीं ब्रो, इधर नहीं, इधर अरे इधर सामने था ब्रो, सामने वाली साइड पे, इधर नहीं था।
इधर है ये।
हाँ अरे इधर देखो, मैं बोला सामने, इधर को ये इधर उस साइड, इधर आओ देखो, ये है ये वाला, ये वाला, ये वाला। हाँ
इसको एक तो दान कर दी।
Santo blindato.
अरे लिखना दूसरे बेस के काम नहीं करता वाला।
मैं इस पे सीधा एंटर कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन उठा नहीं सका रहा हूँ कुछ। कैन बी स्टोर दिस
सीधा एंटर कर सकते हो, उठा नहीं पाओगे।
हाँ हाँ, तो कितनी देर तक रहेगा ऐसे? अच्छा हाँ, एक आ गया मेरे पे। थैंक यू ब्रो, मैं लॉक कर देता हूँ जाके। तुम ले आओ,
तुम लोग पैसा वहाँ से कलेक्ट करो, ठीक है? और जो तुम्हारे वहाँ पे दिखा रहा होगा ना, उसको मारो।
मेरा बाकी तो सब हो गया ब्रो, सब कलेक्ट, पैसा इकट्ठा करना मुझे तो बस।
मैं अपने दोस्त का करवाने आया।
अच्छा
उसके अब उसका लेवल 1 है।
बक्स।
अरे लेके जाएगा ये।
यहाँ उठा, मैंने कर दिया, लॉक कर दिया, पहले इसी के इंतजार में था मैं। एक मिनट रुक जाना।
एक्सेल तो एक्सेल
हाँ हो गया मैंने चेक कर लिया। अच्छा मैं मारूंगा तो मिल जाएगा क्या? नहीं ये भाई ये कौन है ये?
कहाँ पता चलेगा कि किसको मारना है?
इसके घर से उठा के ला रहा हूँ मैं, बहुत बोल
अपग्रेड पे क्लिक करने के बाद कहाँ कुछ दिख रहा है? क्या लिख रहा है?
अब फोन में क्लिक करो तो वहाँ पे फोटो होगा, फोटो बना होगा और वहाँ पे पैसा होगा। क्या नाम है घरे?
लेवल 1 मक्खी लिखल है।
तो मक्खी तुमको इधर मिलेगा। देखो आ रहा है मक्खी, देखो तुरंत देखो 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 इधर आओ, कालू मारो खुदरी। चुटिया ही मार दिया बाल। हाय भाई गाने बहुत बड़ा स्पीड मचा है क्या?
ये इसके है भाई, ये बंदा जो भी है।
वो यहाँ से ले जाओ, दे रहा है ये, ले जाओ आदमी है, दे दो। यहाँ आओ होल्ड करो और अपने बेस में ले जाओ अपने बेस। तेरे अरे तुमको चाहिए तो 67 ले जाओ यार, मेरा को कहाँ लेके जाए?
मेरा तो लॉक है, मैं उधर जा ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ। मैं चलो 10 उठा लेता हूँ। थैंक यू। अबे यार ये क्या बंदा है? ये बंदा क्या मार रहा है यार?
मेरा तो चोरी हो गया। अरे यहाँ से मेरा चोरी हो गया।
नहीं चोरी हुआ है तो तेरा 67 कोई ले गया।
अब विक्टर आ गया। सो अब यहाँ लिख रहा है रिक्वायर्ड मोलोटोविनो।
भाई ये बंदा मेरे पे थके हुए है 67 चुराने पे।
पता ना। हाँ वो कहाँ पे? वो स्कूल में फोन की थी, आप बोले थे ना।
ठीक बात हो, मुझे कौन देखा था वो फोन
लग गया होगा,
बात हो गया था।
अच्छा ठीक है।
ठीक
La Ezok Sekola।
अरे मोलो ये कहाँ मिलेगा? ये मोलोटोविनो लिखा
है। उधर ही जहाँ पे उस समय तुमको मारने के लिए बोले थे, उधर ही मिलेगा। तुमको जूता लेके आने को ध्यान। अरे क्या ग्लिच हो गया मेरा, है मेरे पास फोन नहीं करा तुम।
अच्छा यहाँ मिलेगा ना। मक्खी भाग रहा।
लेके जाओ भाई, तो इतना काहे लग हो रहा है? जाओ ले भी नहीं पाया, बताओ। मार दिया। क्या हुआ भाई? मतलब हम अपना ही बेस को लेके जा रहे हैं, तुम्हारी क्यों चल रही है भाई?
ले भाई अलग ही है। आ जाओ। थैंक यू भाई, थैंक यू। हो गया।
कितना लेवल तुम्हारा?
अभी मेरा लेवल 15 हो गया है। तुम्हारा कितना है भाई?
मैक्स मेरा मैक्स है। मेरा पूछा देखो हम
मैक्स कितने पे होता है? मैक्स
20
अच्छा।
मेरे पे पैसा देखो 12 ट्रिलियन पैसा है, ऑलमोस्ट 13 ट्रिलियन।
ओ भाई कर ये हुआ नहीं क्या?
पता रहना चाहिए। अरे वो होगा, वो टाइमर लग जाता है 30 सेकंड। अभी रुको 26 सेकंड।
अरे ये नहीं रहा है मोलोटोविनो।
ये गोली मारने वाला परेशान करेगा बस।
बम तमाज आ रहा है। मोलोटोविनो ये नहीं रहा।
बाहर खड़ा हुआ है गोली मारने के चक्कर में।
अरे रूम में
हाँ हो गया।
गाड़ी हम अंदर कर दिएगा।
ब्लिंडातो।
भाई तुम्हारा बेस खाली हो गया।
खाली चाहिए बताओ। तेल का लोड नहीं है। चलो 20 का माइलेज दे रहा है गाड़िया मेरा। हम समझेंगे ना। कहाँ जाएगा घूमने?
Taurino assassino.
बोल रही थी कहीं जाएंगे, अभी ट्यूशन पढ़ा रही है। एग्जाम चल रहा है, 4 दिन मेरा अभी फ्री है पूरा। आज था, आज खत्म हुआ, 4 दिन
चलो
फ्री है, गेम खेल रहे हैं।
तो गाइस यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं करना रहता है, यहाँ पे बस आके टाइम बर्बादी करनी रहती है। एंड देख सकते हो ये कॉइन वगैरह हमें मिलते हैं, इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है भाई, ये टाइम बर्बादी है भाई। यहाँ पे तो बस पूरी टाइम बर्बादी है, देख रहे हो, अलग ही चल रही है। अब किसी के पास होगा, सामने है शायद से, टाइमर कितना मेरे पास, 19 सेकंड रह गया, सामने से उठा के लाऊंगा भाई, एक देखना, अब भी सामने से उठा के लेके आऊँगा।
बाबू
देखो इधर से जाऊंगा, और मेरे पास 9 बिलियन कॉइन होगा इस टाइम पे, 9 बिलियन। ये सेकंड कंप्लीट हो जाए, देखो एक बार सामने ही बैठा हुआ है, देखो ये सामने ही बैठा है चोरी करने के लिए भाई, ये सामने चोरी करने के लिए बैठा हुआ है भाई। अभी चलो भाई, अब चलो, अभी ये इसने फिर से ले लिए भाई, इतने सारे फिर से ले लिए सारे। इसके पास टाइमर है कितना, 1 मिनट का। ओ भाई इसने और रख दिया एक और, जी भाई, जी भाई, उसने एक और रख दिया भाई। अब तो बहुत हो गए हैं, मतलब ठीक है भाई। 360, इसको हटा दो, इसको हटाओ, इसको हटाओ, किसको हटाऊँ मैं, इसको हटा देता हूँ, इसको हटा देता हूँ, इसको भी हटा देता हूँ, जगह खाली कर देता हूँ, ठीक है।
तोड़ने के लिए गाड़ी चाहिए।
अभी एक और उठाने जाता हूँ मैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है। कितना, 22 सेकंड रह गए, ठीक है, 22 सेकंड नहीं, 22 सेकंड नहीं है, पूरा टाइम है भाई, अपने पास पूरा टाइम है अभी।
यहाँ देखो, यहाँ से पैसा कलेक्ट करो, अपग्रेड करो गन वगैरह।
अभी देख सकते हैं भाई, यहाँ पे अलग अलग चल लिया है, ठीक है। फिर ऊपर जाके थोड़ा शिफ्ट कर देते हैं मामला, जैसे इधर, ठीक है। नहीं बैग नहीं, ऊपर कर दिया, ऊपर शिफ्ट कर दिया, ऊपर कर दिया मैंने शिफ्ट। नीचे से जल्दी चोरी हो जाते हैं।
में आ गया, मारो फिर यहाँ से मारो।
सही है ना भाई, ऊपर कर दिया, कोई दिक्कत थोड़ी है।
मेरे पास साला 400 लगा, ये सब लोगों को दिक्कत है।
हाँ
पैसा उसे कहाँ से लेंगे रे?
यही मिलता है ना नीचे से, देखो ना, कदमों पे गिरे रहेंगे। नीचे ज्यादा सामान रखो तो भाई चोरी जल्दी होती है, ऊपर इतनी जल्दी चोरी नहीं होगी।
अभी हम भी लगाते हैं, ठीक है। ना प्रेस्टीज वाला लगाते हैं,
हाँ मैं हूँ ये मशीन, ये मशीन गन वाला क्यों मार रहा है भाई? अच्छा
कौन बोला लेके जाने?
ये टाइम लिमिट रहेगी इसमें, ये पता कितनी देर में।
मम्मी ट्विटर कहाँ मिलेगा रे?
वहीं पे जहाँ पे तुम मार रहा था, वहीं तुम्हारा मम्मी मिलेगी।
किसके में से ले,
खाली मारना है, अपग्रेड करना है, और कुछ करना है क्या?
अपग्रेड करना, पैसा मिलेगा, गन को मैक्स करो, फ्यूचर वाला मिलेगा
भाई। लेकिन मैक्स करने के बाद क्या ही होता है, ये नहीं समझ आया।
वहाँ पे ही मशीनवा ही डिस्क्रेड लिख दे रहा है सो।
चल अभी देख लेते हैं।
डर लग रहा है मेरा।
ओके भाई, ओके गाइस, तो देख लेते हैं यहाँ पे 40 सेकंड रह गए। 40 सेकंड में आपको क्या क्या करना है, अपग्रेड करने के लिए हमको चाहिए 120 बिलियन कॉइन, ठीक है। बाकी सब चीज़ अपने पास बस 120 बिलियन चाहिए, जिसमें से अपने पास सिर्फ 12 बिलियन है अभी, ठीक है। 12 बिलियन में कुछ नहीं होगा, 120 बिलियन चाहिए भाई अभी। ये पता है सबसे ज़्यादा बढ़िया रहता है ये वाले से 6, 7, ये सबसे ज़्यादा कॉइन देते हैं, ठीक है। तो इनको ही रखना चाहिए। देख सकते हो कितने कॉइन दे रहे हैं, 84 दे रहे हैं, देखिए नहीं। तो इनको रखना सबसे बेस्ट है। टाइम लेता है लेकिन ये बढ़िया कर देते हैं, मैच वगैरह सब अच्छे से कर देते हैं, तो ये सबसे बढ़िया चीज़ है। चलो भाई यहाँ पे देख लेते हैं। ओके अब ये हो गया मेरा इधर। ओके, अरे भाई कहाँ फेंक दिया मुझे?
लेवल कर दिया।
चलो भाई,
नाम बताओ क्या चाहिए आपको?
अभी 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 कुछ नहीं चाहिए भाई। क्या ब्रो, मुझसे कह रहे क्या भाई? मुझसे कह रहे?
मैक्स इसको कैसे करें?
पैसा कलेक्ट करो और करो।
ओके भाई, ओके ओके,
और
चलते हैं।
करें।
चलो यहाँ पे देख लेते हैं कि अभी टाइम है 25 सेकंड का टाइम है, इसको उठा के ले जाएंगे, ठीक है। और अभी इस वाले को उठा के चलेंगे, ठीक है। देख रहे हैं कैसे मतलब पैसे इकट्ठे कर रहे हैं, इनके कदमों पे देख रहे हो कॉइन आते चले जा रहे हैं। फोल्ड टू अनलॉक करने के लिए कॉस्ट लगता है, लेकिन इतना कॉस्ट है नहीं किसी में।
लेवल 20 हो गया।
देखो इसके पास कितने ही कॉइन है, और फिलहाल यहाँ पे कोई नहीं है, मैं अकेला ही हूँ, तो आराम से इसको ले लेते हैं, ठीक है। 4 सेकंड रह गए, 4 सेकंड में, और इसको ले जाओ भाई, ले जाओ ले जाओ ले जाओ।
अब क्या करें?
ले जाओ इसको आराम से भाई। ये बंदा फ्री में अपने को दे रहा है ना, ये बहुत मतलब कीमती रहते हैं भाई, जल्दी मिलते नहीं है, बहुत मेहनत लगती है इसको करने में।
नहीं आ रहा,
तो इसको देख सकते हो,
देखो कुछ बचा होगा मारने वाला।
ये इसको भी ले जाता हूँ भाई, इसके घर से सामान उठा उठा के ले जा रहा हूँ मैं बारी बारी, और देख सकते हो ये बंदा फ्री में दे दिया। हालांकि इसके लिए कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि इसके पास है मशीन गन भाई, और मशीन गन वाले को कोई दिक्कत नहीं पड़ती है। मशीन गन वाला इजी कर सकता है सब चीज। ओके, देख सकते हो मैं लॉक कर दिया,
माइक खोलो,
लाइक कर दिया। ओके, हाँ भाई क्या कह रहे भाई, क्या कह रहे भाई?
तो बोल रहे
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
भाई को बोल रहा
चलो भाई
क्या करें बताओ।
यहाँ पे भाई अलग ही चल रहा सीन, वो बंदा सबको फ्री में दे रहा है, इसको कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है भाई, ये आराम से लूट कर सकता है, ये सब 2 मिनट में इकट्ठा कर लेगा वापस।
अरे और तुम्हारा
मेरे पास देखो 14 बिलियन होगा इस टाइम पे, और ये इकट्ठे करते ही रहेंगे। जैसे कि देखो
वाला मतलब
अभी मेरे पास कितने सेकंड है,
चाहिए था वो जो क्या बोलते हैं मक्खी।
ओके ये उठा के भाग रहा है भाई, कौन ही लेके भागा? अभी कौन लेके भागा? कोई भाग रहा था भाई, कोई भाग रहा था, देख सकते हो भाई, कोई तो भाग रहा था अभी लेके, मैंने बचा लिया।
तुमको क्या क्या मारना है सो बताओ, रुकता वगैरह मारना
चलो
है?
भाई अभी देख लेते हैं इसके पास कितना टाइमर है, इसके पास कितना टाइमर है। ओके चलो भाई अभी अपने लोग चल लेते हैं भाई, इसके पास अपने ले लिया, एंड देख सकते हो भाई ये भी अपने लोगों ने उठा लिया ना, दूसरे घरों से सामान उठा के लेके आने का अलग ही सुकून है। देख रहे हो, देख रहे हो, अलग ही सुकून आता है, सुकून अलग ही है भाई। ये आ गया एक और अपने अपने अलग ही है भाई, अलग ही है भाई। अरे भाई अरे भाई अरे भाई अरे भाई क्यों मार रहे हैं? नहीं ले रहा हूँ नहीं ले रहा हूँ नहीं ले रहा हूँ, आ गया, नहीं ले रहा हूँ नहीं ले रहा हूँ भाई, ठीक है बढ़िया। वो मशीन गन चला दिया सीधा मेरे पे, मस्त है भाई। ये बंदा देखो, ये बंदा मेरे सामने बैठा हुआ है इधर मेरे लूटने के लिए, ठीक है। ये आए और लूटे, मैं इसको भी मार सकता हूँ। अभी देखो इसके साथ क्या करूँ, देखो इसके साथ क्या करूँ, इसको मैं भाई बना सकता हूँ आराम से। ये देखो इसको क्या करूँगा मैं अभी, इसका मैं क्या, देखो मैंने इसको क्या करा, देखो भाई इसको स्नोमैन बना दिया,
मम्मी बना दिया है।
मम्मी बन गया तुम।
अरे भाई तुम ही थे क्या मेरे सामने?
रुको रुको रुको, एक मेरे को लेने दो भाई।
हेलो भाई, जी भाई भाई मेरे को लगा पता नहीं कौन है भाई।
भाई वो काला
अच्छा आ गया, चलो आ जाओ
छोड़ दो पार्टी के बात करते हैं, छोड़ दो
भाई नाम बता देना भाई, ठीक है नाम बता देना पहले से, छीन लेता हूँ।
काला कैरेक्टर
ठीक है ध्यान दूंगा।
कालू 1-0 लो भाई, 2 बना दिए बैक को।
चलो भाई एक तो उठा दिया भाई इसने, ये बमर, ये इसकी तो एक आ गया, दूसरा भी ले चाहिए, तुम ले लो ठीक है। तुम्हें चाहिए था यश भाई?
नहीं ले जाओ आपके पास बहुत है। अगर आपके पास नहीं है तो ले जाओ मतलब।
ले लो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मैं तो बस ऐसे ही उठाने आ गया था फ्री का।
तो थोड़ा पास में लेके आ जाओ बस।
अच्छा ला रहा हूँ।
अरे बहनी हम ला देते हैं, रुको देखो ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगती है।
लो भाई पास ला दिया, अब उठा लो।
लो कौन किसको चाहिए? लो इधर आओ मुझसे आओ।
अभी देखो और उठा के लाते को बढ़िया चीज
लेके चलिए।
मेरे को चाहिए 6-7 मिल जाए तो ठीक है, 6-7 मिल जाए तो ठीक है। ये आ गया, ये वाला ठीक है।
डार्क सोल भाई
बहुत रोएगा।
गए भाई गए, ये भाई ये बेइज्जती करके मारते हैं भाई। ले लो चलो ले लो। ये घर के अंदर बैठने से क्या होता है?
पता नहीं, एक बार ट्राई कर लो।
घर के बाहर आना साला गायब होते जाता है माँ का।
पता नहीं भाई, ये बहुत बड़ा नुकसान है।
अरे भाई ये हाथी ले आओ यार, कोई एक ये हाथी।
मैं देखो एक लेके आ रहा हूँ, ठीक है? देखो एक लेके आता हूँ, किसे चाहिए?
ये हाथी चाहिए था, मेरा अपग्रेड हो जाएगा।
400 वाला ना? एक बार रुको मैं कोई तो लेके आ रहा हूँ, मैं पता नहीं। ये हाथी लेके आता हूँ, चट मान लिया। ये हरा वाला हाथी, अच्छा ठीक है मैं लेके आता हूँ। किसे चाहिए ब्रो, नाम बताना। आ जाओ मेरे पास आओ। इधर लास्ट में छोड़ रहा हूँ, ठीक है? लो नहीं मेरे को तो 6-7 चाहिए, वो तो है नहीं यहाँ पे।
मेरे बेस में होगा शायद।
अच्छा हो सके तो दे देना काम करनी है। ये किसका है ब्रो, उठा के लाना है क्या पास? लो इधर लो।
नहीं यार
लो भाई, ये बड़ा बेइज्जती करते हैं। ये तो तब भी ठीक है, वो रेड ड्रॉप जो नाचने वाला है ना भाई, उसको देख के हंसी भी आती है भाई। क्या मारता है। ये लो भाई, किसी को ये चाहिए?
टेम्पो का
देखो
एको टेम्पो नहीं आ रहा।
अरे मैं आ गया भाई।
इधर आएगा
क्या
इधर आएगा इस साइड मेरे पे।
क्या हो गया, छोड़ो मेरे को हो गया, चलो आ जाओ।
किधर है तुम?
ना
और कुछ बचा है क्या? 6-7 है ही नहीं भाई यहाँ पे।
हम टेम्पो का इंतजार कर रहे हैं कब से यहाँ पर।
इधर पीछे देखो, पीछे कालू डाल पीछे देखो यहाँ से।
ओह ये तबाह चढ़ दिया भाई, बहुत मारा है।
लो मेरे पास 6-7 है, आ जाओ मेरे पेस में आ जाओ।
नाम बताना ब्रो। एस आ रहा
अभी भी सारा 30-40 पड़ा हुआ है।
हाँ मिल गया भाई, देना एक बार, रुकना
की जगह साला पैर लगा।
इधर आना भाई, उठा के लाना है केस। तो ये हाँ इधर आ, मेरे साथ इधर ये रहा भाई। ये थैंक यू भाई, थैंक यू।
सुनो तुम वहाँ पे क्लिक करो, तो होम में क्लिक करो और जाके पैसा पहले कलेक्ट करो।
इधर ये हाथी मेरे में है।
हाथी चाहिए?
कहाँ जाए?
हाँ लिया
आ रहा 1 सेकंड रुकना, हाथी ला रहा।
गो टू होम
कर लिया,
ठीक है।
उसके बाद
आ रहा भाई,
यहाँ से लॉक करो।
एस भाई लगा दिया तुम्हारे में हाथी।
ये लग ही नहीं रहा है।
कहाँ से लॉक करो?
ले जाओ
मैं यहाँ गिरा रहा हूँ, आप ले लो।
ठीक है गिराओ। कहाँ गया? आ रहा ठीक है भाई, थैंक यू।
अब
अपना
कितना लेवल हो गया ब्रो तुम्हारा?
मेरा एक मिनट देखने दो, 12
ठीक है, मेरा 15 हो गया अभी।
देखो ये इधर ये
मेरे को कुछ बिलियंस
यहाँ
में
पे आप
चाहिए
सेलेक्ट
यार।
करो, कार्ड को सेलेक्ट करो,
तो
यहाँ पे
पैसे
select
भेजने
करो।
का ऑप्शन नहीं है शायद से इसमें।
ओपन
यहाँ
लिख
पे
रहा
आओ,
है।
अपना कार्ड का सेलेक्ट कार्ड करो और फिर यहाँ पे करो और तुम्हारा वहाँ पे होगा ब्लू 67 उसको लगाओ भाई। यहाँ पे यहाँ
चलो भाई हाँ
कहाँ रे?
इसमें यहाँ पे आओ।
मेरे को चाहिए 120 बिलियन और मेरे पास 45 है अभी बस।
अबे ओपन लिख रहा है, कुछ नहीं लिख रहा, ओपन लिख रहा
ओपन
है।
करो ना गांडू, ओपन करो ना, ओपन कर ये ओपन कर।
ओपन किए उसके बाद
67 को तुम
सुनो हेलो
करो, 67 को सेलेक्ट करो तो यहाँ लगाओ। वेरी गुड
विन भाई।
हाँ भाई क्या कह रहे?
अब तुम्हारा वो वाला ना 5% हो गया।
आपका जब अपग्रेड होने पे आ जाए तो बताना।
हाँ जरूर ले जाना मेरे से। ठीक
तब तक मेरा भी हो जाएगा।
हाँ अभी तो टाइम लगेगा, मेरे को चाहिए ज़्यादा चाहिए, 70 बिलियन चाहिए शायद अभी।
आया था रे, भाग गया।
मेरे को 12 बिलियन।
ओ भाई
मेरा ला दे रहे, रिक्शा टुकटुक की ला दे रहे तेरे लिए।
चलो भाई मैं जा रहा हूँ इधर शुभम भाई के पास शुभम भाई से थोड़ी डील करने।
अभी हमको फिलहाल रिक्शा लेके आते।
हाँ भाई मजदूरी अलग ही चल रही है यहाँ पे।
चलो कहा तो रिक्शा
वो कह के हम अपग्रेड करने दो हमको। चलो
अरे गेम फालतू करना है, उससे बढ़िया लास्ट वाला करना, बोलते जाओ। हाँ चाहिए बताओ क्या चाहिए
भाई? मेरे को ये उठाना है 67
ये हेलो 67 क्या कंपल्सरी है?
नहीं ब्रो ऐसा नहीं, उससे कॉइन ज्यादा मिलते हैं।
तुम्हारा बेस खाली नहीं।
सुनो एक बार मेरे पास आओ।
अभी आया इधर ही आ जाओ, को गोली मार दी, अंदर नहीं आ पाओगे ना। हाँ चलिए ये तो आ गया।
बना रखा हो जाएगा।
हेलो जैन भाई।
हाँ भाई ट्रैकर है ब्रो, ट्रैकर।
आपका सही नाम बताओ यार, क्या बोलना है?
ट्रैकर।
अच्छा आओ मेरे पास आओ।
आ रहा 1 सेकंड आ रहा। भाई ये कौन है ये भाई ये बदना कौन है? मशीन गन वाला बड़ी खुजली है भाई इसके। हाँ ब्रो बताओ।
आलू को लपेट दिया।
ये नहीं चाहिए, वो भेजो विजिटर वाला।
अच्छा हाँ भेज दिया। हाँ
ये नहीं चाहिए।
नहीं मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए इसमें से, मेरे पास तो सब है। मैं आया लॉक करके आया जरा। हाँ तो कर दे,
खाली करो।
हाँ अभी खाली कर रहा हूँ 1 सेकंड।
ये मेरे को भेज दो ये वाला।
हो गया खाली। अब बस 2 और नहीं, अभी मुझे 5 और चाहिए, 5 और 67 चाहिए। आ जाओ। हाँ क्या चाहिए ब्रो? देख लो
पीछे ड्राइवर ऊपर हो गया कुछ।
सब सेम है ब्रो,
सब जगह 6-7 ही है।
हाँ 6-7 ही है ब्रो मेरे पास। तुम्हें क्या चाहिए ये बताओ। अच्छा क्या चाहिए नाम बता दो।
कुछ भी हो अच्छा सा दे दो 6-7 के अलावा।
देखो मैं सेल पे इधर लगाता हूँ, तुम देखना बताना मुझे। देखो ब्रो चाहिए इनमें से कुछ? मैं सेल कर दूँ। नहीं भाई सब है बाकी, तो बस ये 6-7 ही चाहिए। अरे मैंने हटा दिया यार, जस्ट हटाया भाई, जस्ट हटाया अभी। रुको देखो शायद है मेरे पास, 1 सेकंड। यही चाहिए ना, देखो ये।
हाँ
1 सेकंड
उठा के लाओ मेरे को।
ला रहा 1 सेकंड शुभम भाई, अभी आ रहा हूँ ठीक है। अरे यार क्या करा मैंने, लोल। अरे यार हाँ भाई हाँ।
तुम तो एक हम तुमको पूल दे रहे थे, तुम रिजेक्ट कर दिया। वो जब नाम बोल रहे थे ना, वो ना 1 सेकंड में 4 मिलियन पैसा देता है।
अरे भाई
बड़ा वाला प्रेस्टीज वाला था वो।
अरे यार मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया उसे।
नहीं, अब डील खत्म।
अरे यार
दे रहे थे।
ये कैसे होगा, मतलब सही नहीं होगा ये?
क्या?
ये अब मतलब सही नहीं होगा वापस?
तो समझे नहीं, क्या नहीं होगा सही?
मतलब विजिटिंग वाला हो गया तो तुम ला नहीं सकते अब कुछ भी?
अरे रिजेक्ट का मतलब ना,
हाँ।
बैग में है, हम तुमको दे रहे थे।
अच्छा 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 अच्छा। अभी भाई हाँ हाँ 10 मिनट बस।
मिल गया भाई,
10 मिनट